As we should.
All right. It's been going pretty good. It's been going pretty good. We're growing.
We're growing.
And we're live.
We're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Best Women's Boxing Show period on the road. This man needs no introduction. Mr. Brian Custer, the man, the legend.
Wow.
The voice.
The
Wow.
voice.
I love that.
The voice. Yeah.
I haven't been called that one. I've been called a lot of things, not legend.
and nicely dressed.
You as well.
Thank
You
you.
as well.
Thank
You as
you.
well.
We all got the memo.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much for joining us. We're here for another exciting fight week. What are the elements of this fight that make it appealing to you? Just this matchup in particular.
I think the historical aspect of it, what these guys can do. And, obviously, no one as an undisputed champ has successfully defended their title 3 times. It's something that Canelo could do, be the first person to do that. For Mel, to move up 2 weight divisions. Now, listen, I know people have jumped, a number of great fighters have jumped 2 weight divisions have been successful, but not becoming the undisputed champion and take away 4 belts. To me, that is amazing. And you can say what you want about him having that challenge, but Mel is a guy who's already pretty big, walks around pretty big anyway. He's got knockout power. He can box. I think that's what makes, to me, the fight so intriguing that, he can give Canelo the business if he's disciplined and he says, okay, I'm a boxer, and not go in there and feel my oats and be like, I'm a puncher too,
Right.
and try to square off with Canelo.
Yeah, I agree with you. Charlo has fast feet.
Yep.
Canelo likes to plant.
Use 'em.
He has heavy feet,
Yes.
and he likes to be defensive. But he can hit and move, and that's what Charlo needs to do. What are your thoughts? Because Charlo has been inactive.
Yeah.
Canelo has not been inactive,
Right.
even though he wasn't 100%. He was activity matters.
Yeah,
what are your
absolutely.
thoughts on that?
I think that's a really good point. You saw that even with the Errol Spence fight. When he took on Bud Crawford. That activity obviously played a part in some of that. Bud was great that night, but that's one of the things that somewhat concerning. Had to rehab the hand. Wasn't totally healed until a couple of months ago. But that activity, and as you pointed out, Canelo's been fighting. What was it, 3 months ago was the last time he fought John Ryder? And he even talked about it. He said, look, my wrist is finally healthy now. I did everything for this camp. And, I think for Charlo, I hope he got his conditioning up, because he's got to use lateral movement in this fight.
Yeah.
He's got to. He's got to use the lateral movement, because that could give Canelo problems. You're right. He's got slow feet. He's like, Canelo's one of those guys that kind of plods forward like this, and he's going to tell you, if you watch him fight, he's going to tell you when he's going to punch, because if you see dips like this, there's the left hook coming. He dips like that, he's going to throw the right hand. So he's going to kind of tell you when he's going to punch. It's up to Charlo to stay focused, stay disciplined, and be a boxer.
We've seen Canelo in lots of different style matchups. Lefties, boxers, punchers, brawlers. If there was a fight that Charlo could look to teach him some things about Canelo, is there a performance of Canelo's that you think that Charlo could benefit the most from watching?
This is what I'm going to tell you guys. You guys are going to be like, I didn't even think about that. How about Erislandy Lara?
Yes.
His name always pops up.
Yes, it does.
He boxed great. And there were times where he said, tat, 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 and then he got out of it. He did not admire his work. And he moved the other time. And you got to remember, I remember we did that fight. There were a number of people when that decision was announced, they were like, whoa.
I was one of them. I thought Laura
won that fight. If I'm Jamel Charlo, that's the fight I'm watching.
Yeah.
To me, that was because even though it was a younger Canelo, it was a faster Canelo,
Yes.
more swept than Canelo. He's a lot slower now, obviously a lot more powerful, but still a lot slower now. That would be the fight I would watch.
Not Bivol? You don't think he should be watching Bivol also?
Yeah, Bivol obviously, because Bivol, boom, used his range really well. Right. He used his range phenomenally against Canelo. So absolutely, but if you're Charlo, I'm just talking about from a movement standpoint and hitting and keep moving, that would be the fight.
Yeah.
They mentioned it earlier, and you mentioned it in your opening, or not during your questions, that this is going to be the biggest stage for Jamal fighting Canelo. He's the golden ticket.
Yeah.
People get a little scared when they get gun shy. They're like, oh my God, until they get in the ring and then they freeze up. What do you think? Do you think he says he's ready, but no one's ever ready until you get in there and you actually get hit by Canelo and figure it out. What do you anticipate those first 3 rounds are going to look like with, or let's just say the first round with Jermell and Canelo?
Yeah, I think and you heard Canelo say that same thing. That's the reason why I asked that question, where he said it's different. You guys always call me out, and then all of a sudden they get in the ring and they realize, oh man, I'm in the ring against Canelo Alvarez. I think the first couple of rounds, especially the first couple of rounds, probably be fill-out rounds, especially for Canelo. Canelo's never been a fast starter, but I think he's going to take the first couple of rounds just to see what Charlo's going to do. Is this guy actually going to fight me, or is this guy going to move?
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's going to try to do, and see if, okay, how much is he using his jab, and how quickly can I get on the inside? Because we all know this is where Canelo's got to be. It can't be out here. He's got to be out here, and he wants to see, is this guy going to be sticking me like Bivol did the entire fight with that jab, and how can I get around that jab? So I think the first couple of rounds will be fill-out rounds, but I think round 3, 4 is when you're going to start seeing some stuff.
The Charlos are known. Lions only has always been their moniker. A lion stalks their prey, and before they pounce. Is this the right strategy for Charlo? And like with Canelo, what kind of an animal is a lion? Like a hippo?
The hippo is the most dangerous. But imagine Canelo's that.
What is the animal that beats a lion? That's a great question.
That's a phenomenal question. That's number one. Because the lion is the king of the jungle.
That's right.
And even Canelo said, I don't even know what animal y'all want me to be. I mean, I'm no animal, but I'm going there and whoop that ass. It's basically what Canelo said today. Yeah, I mean, that's really the interesting thing here for Canelo is how is he going to go after this guy, and even Charlo. Is he going to be satisfied being a boxer? And I think if you talk to his camp, Derrick James, he wants him disciplined, and that was the one thing he kept stressing to me. I need him disciplined. I need him focused. In other words, I don't. If Canelo gets, let's say, a combination off, the crowd goes crazy, I don't need you losing your mind and saying, okay, let me cheer you off. No.
To do a show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, he got his. Don't worry about it. That's just one moment of the round. That round is 3 minutes. Get it back by moving, sticking, moving. And listen, if he's focused and disciplined, this could be a really interesting evening, because if you look at in the past, Canelo's kind of faded sometimes in the later rounds.
Absolutely.
And that's when Charlo, who's taking some people out in the later rounds, can be really effective. If you keep doing that and being disciplined and tattooing him every now and then, and you start to see him fade, that's when you can start stalking like that lion and get your prey.
Are you the same beast but a different animal?
I know.
Yeah. Right. Shout out to Cody.
Malik, by the way, this is Brian Custer, because I know he's like, who are you talking to? So this is Brian Custer. If you guys don't know him, I mean, he's a legend.
What's it, Malik?
I don't.
Hey man, you might Google
Oh
me.
wait, I think Malik is talking about Jesus in our.
I'm sorry.
Don't do Brian.
You better Google me.
You better. Right.
You must not watch boxing then if you don't ever see the
Or
beginning of the
any other.
broadcast.
How many things are you currently broadcasting?
Yeah, I mean, I got a few jobs.
You got 10 jobs.
Yeah. I'm part Jamaica mine. Yeah, no problem mine. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm back to college football after this.
Oh, very exciting.
College football, man. What the
Deion Sanders?
We got the Deion Sanders
I've got
effect.
Colorado October 13th. Friday, October 13th in Colorado.
Cue his theme music.
Exactly. I love it.
For him to come out and do what he's doing in college football, I mean, football in general, with Taylor Swift in with the regular NFL, and then college football, Deion Sanders, football is on fire. It does not matter. And the way Deion Sanders sadly lost, it's like they didn't even show up, but he's like, you know what? It's a loss. We'll be back.
Here's the thing about it. I don't think anybody expected Colorado to go undefeated. Let's be honest. This was a program that won one game. They won one game, and they were horrific. I even did their season opener last year, and that was a bad program. They've already won 3 games. It's a win.
Yeah, it's a win.
It's a win for that program. So the rest of the wins are gravy for them. But more than likely, here's the thing. Just think about the number of recruits that are going to be going to Colorado.
I know.
Colorado is on prime time
Right.
every Saturday now.
Must see TV.
Must see TV, and that's what all these kids want. They want to be seen.
Yeah.
the recruits he's going to bring in there next season, oh
Especially with the NIL, the NIL.
oh my God, that
yes.
money they're going to be making
Woo!
too. Oh my God, you're right.
Colorado, the whole state of Colorado is going to be flooded of just
Right.
everyone wants to play football. It
And
doesn't matter.
sunglasses.
And sunglasses.
Yeah, and sunglasses. Oh my God, Brian, I know you've done so many fights.
Mhm.
Do you always get the butterflies
Love
before?
it.
What is?
I love it.
Is there like a certain thing you do before you get ready, or a certain thing you say to yourself?
Give me my theme music. No, I try to make sure I get me a new suit.
Okay.
Depending on the fight, got me a new suit for this one. So yeah, that's usually my thing. I love it. I mean, I work out like a maniac during fight week. So I want to be ready. I make sure I got my suit right. I love the sport. I love everything about it. I love this atmosphere. I tell people, you have not lived until you come to a world championship fight in Las Vegas.
Agreed.
That atmosphere is on another level. It's on another level. And there's a reason why everybody in the world of sports wants to come to these fights.
Absolutely. You know, when you look at a lot of fighters, you know, fighters like all sports, but it seems like a certain kind of a kinship between fighters and football players. What do you think that bond is as somebody who commentates both? What is the bond between fighters and football players?
Because they both see themselves as warriors. You know, really. They both that's what they see, those guys. Some football players put on those pads, put on that helmet, they feel like, yeah, I'm a warrior. I'm going to battle. Same thing with these boxers. They get in that ring, ain't nobody else in there but them. And I'm going to war. I'm going to battle. And I think that's why they have that mutual respect. And it's probably why you see more football players using boxing as their training.
Yeah.
And now basketball players are doing the same thing as well. But more football players. Matter of fact, I just talked to Michael Parsons of the Cowboys, and he befriended Errol Spence Jr. He's a Dallas guy, and he was just like, man, I love boxing. I love it now. He's like, that's all he did this summer, and helping him help with his conditioning was boxing.
Oh yeah, you can go through 12 rounds of boxing. I think you can survive any sport.
Absolutely.
Minus being hit too.
Yeah, right.
I hosted the virtual influencer roundtable for PBC the other day, and I asked a question, and I saw this on social media. Who do you think is going to have a better ring walk? Because Terrence Crawford set the standard extremely high. When you see Eminem, not even rap, he just walked about and hyped him up.
Eminem outside his
You-
house. That's great.
It was like, okay, well, he won one round, and so now Canelo, we've seen his epic mariachis, Vicente, everybody. And then I don't know who Jermel is going to bring. I've heard some of the rappers he's named, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to win tomorrow just in the ring walk?
Yeah, I'll probably give it to Canelo because like you said, whether it's the mariachi or he's gonna have somebody.
Yes.
And I know Mel was like, yo, I'm trying to get Bun B. I couldn't get Chris Brown. I was trying, he was trying to get all kinds. So he's still trying to work on that. So I'm going to give it to Canelo. I still think that the one guy that everybody for some reason wants to be down with is Tank. Like everybody wants to walk out with Tank.
Yeah.
Yep.
Madonna could have walked him out.
See, he should have been lobbying. Beyonce and Meg Thee Stallion were just in Houston the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Imagine if he brought out even she just came out with Beyonce.
Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah. Imagine those girls come out and be like, okay.
I love
Houston stand up.
Houston stand up.
Ooh, if he wins, I mean, Houston likes to support Houston.
You're right.
So Beyonce, Meg, if you're watching.
There you go. See, we're putting the plug in for you, Jamel.
Putting it out there.
Put out
Thinking outside the box.
Bayhive. If you guys are watching, put it out to Beyonce. Y'all ride deep. I know you guys
really
do.
are. You have no idea.
Yeah, I know. By the way, what's in the drinks?
Mine is water.
Oh,
And mine is still empty.
oh, okay. I was going to say.
But that could change.
Yeah.
That could change.
We did
We
see
are in
our
Vegas.
live at
We
the
did.
MGM
We are in
Garden.
We did
Vegas.
see Canelo's Viva Mexico Cabrones.
Yes, I had to voice that too. I had to voice. I had to.
You did?
I had to bone up on my Spanish for the billboards for the.
Do it for us.
Oh man!
Run it for us.
What
Run
is
it
what
for
is
us.
what
Don't
is
copyright us, Vida.
Okay.
it is like it was VMC tequila cocktail El Orient ante todo, right?
Okay.
Isn't that that was it?
Viva Cabrones!
Viva Cabrones!
Yeah, that was it for that one. That was that one. Absolutely. Yeah.
We should have brought.
And I asked him about it. I said, I had to voice those. He goes, you need to try it. It's good. That's what he
I
said.
wonder
We
how
tried
much
to
of
get
it
one,
he
but
drinks. I wonder,
That's true.
That's his space. I mean, he's got his drink now. We know The Rock has his.
Yeah, I know.
The Rock got everything.
But I'm part. I got a little piece in Don Anibal tequila.
We would like a nice, beautiful
We like
bottle.
tequila.
I'm
We
gonna
got
give you-
glasses
Yes.
ready.
I'm gonna have to put that right up. Don Anibal tequila. We got to get y'all some.
Where's your agave from?
Well, Felix de Jesus.
Yes.
Felix is really named after Felix. And
Really?
It's from his family.
Oh, what?
See, y'all better put some respect on Felix de Jesus'
What?
name.
How about
You know,
that?
people
I know.
be talking mess on Twitter about him translating.
I mean, it's true. I don't know.
Put some respect on that man's name.
I've seen a lot of people say he didn't say that,
Right.
but I can't say it because I don't know.
Felix, you'll get mad. This is a true story. So we were in New York. We were doing the press tour.
Yeah.
And Felix is going to do the translation for Canelo.
Oh
And
no.
And Canelo, we were getting ready to walk out there. And Canelo said, I heard about you.
Oh
If you
no.
misquote me, I'm going to give you a left hook to your liver.
Oh my God.
Man, I laughed so hard. I was like, damn,
Felix, stop
I
playing.
said, when the boxers now know about you, man, you got
Yes.
just...
Fight night is anytime any translation that goes on Showtime, I just wait like this.
I know. I wait for all the Mexicans. Like, that's not what he said. That's not what he said.
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans too.
You
Yeah.
know, I should put maybe closed caption on the fights next
that's
time to
hilarious.
see if he says that.
Hilarious.
And then sorry, Felix.
No,
I'm just
sorry.
going by.
We don't know. It
Sorry.
sounds good to
You
us.
say right. But that's what Canelo said.
You know, sometimes when it's a long phrase and then someone says, "Oh, it's like half a phrase," I'm like, he didn't say just that.
Right.
He said a lot of words. I heard cabron.
Yeah.
I heard puto. I heard a lot of bad things.
Okay.
Look, I know that.
You know, in Tagalog, puto is a dessert bread.
Oh, get out of here.
I swear. Puto. But there's
I mean,
puto.
it's a
Puto is
dessert bread
puta.
for some people,
Puta
too.
in Spanish. So
Oh.
sorry, but puto, people call it puta.
Oh, okay.
But it's a dessert bread.
It's a dessert bread for some people too.
Mm.
Period.
All right then.
All right.
All
It's a
right,
grown
then.
people show.
Right.
Are you
exactly.
sure? There's nothing in your cup?
Right, exactly.
Nothing. Nothing.
What
I
is in
really-
your service?
Just agua. Para los Latinos, solamente agua for now.
This is the fun we have on our show. You know, as of now, we are the first two women that have a podcast that do a show like this. And we have so much fun. We've been colleagues for so long, and we've been seeing this. I'm like, we can do this. We know our boxing. We're everywhere. But this is for you to be gracing our chair, our live stream, our first live stream ever in the media room.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for Best News Boxing Show, period. We are so blessed and we're grateful, Brian.
Well, see,
Thank
you guys,
so much.
you guys are always here. Listen, you guys are legends as well because you're always at the fights, at all of them. And that's what we had a conversation. I was like, man, I see you everywhere.
Yeah, I work for Ring, or used
Everywhere.
to, but we just said let's just do
Went all
something
in.
and screw it. That's why our audacious name, but it's true.
That's fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, Brian Custer, you go do your rounds. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I appreciate
And
y'all.
I can't wait to see your fit Saturday
sure.
night.
And come back. We'll have a glass for you.
Yeah, exactly.
A
Like come
glass.
back in like 2 hours.
I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna have the
Make sure there's some.
we're gonna have
It's
the,
gonna be something.
We're gonna have
put some
this.
tequila in it.
you know, we're just sampling. We're
Right.
taste testing, and we're gonna give the feedback for Canelo.
Oh, tell us the tequila one more
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Don Anibal tequila.
Go
Make sure
get it.
you get your bottle.
Look it up,
Oh.
Google it, and buy it.
Is
Buy
it in reposado?
Reposado, añejo, and the regular was it clear? The white. The red, just the blanco.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
Blanco.
Okay,
Okay.
it's fight weekend. Make sure you get it. Get you some
And
wings.
there's little bottles
Get you
now.
some
Get little bottles
tacos.
now.
And get some minis of his tequila
There you
and make it a great
We
fight
will
night.
we will totally grace it and drink it for
We
you.
will drink that shit.
We will make drinks.
We're gonna drink
We
it.
will shake up everything. We'll do a full on show of. All right, Brian, go before we get in trouble because we're keeping you too long. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Oh, that was so fun, Jay.
Yeah, I know. We are still here live on the live stream. We don't know who's going to be coming by. Shout
I
out to
know.
Malik. Shout out to Jesus. Thank you guys for tuning
I
in.
know, thank
you know,
you.
do your girls a solid. You know, tweet the link out. Post
Yeah, can you
if you're on
tweet it?
Twitter. And, you know, the more people, the better. We want to chit chat. But while we're here, I need to find something to put in my cup for you two who are watching and anyone else who might come in. You know, what are you going to have on fight night? What kind of treats? What kind of accoutrements? What are you drinking? You know, what is your favorite? If you weren't coming to the fight, what's like your favorite fight night drink of choice?
vodka.
Period.
I'm a vodka martini drinker, straight up, literally straight up, extra chilled with the lemon twist, and then waters.
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds good to me. That sounds
so
like my
good
choice
right now.
I like a little vodka tonic or vodka water, vodka soda, any of that. I'm definitely
Wait,
a vodka person
Jesus
too.
said the buzz not there. No, the buzz is here. It's just
Yeah.
it's Friday. It's Wednesday, so it's the beginning of fight week. Usually everyone starts coming in Friday for the weigh-ins.
Mhm.
Tomorrow is the undercard presser, and then Friday obviously is the weigh-ins, and that's when it gets popping.
Yeah,
and
people at work.
and it's going to be outside in the heat. Vegas is hot right now.
Here's Claudia Trejo.
There's Claudia Trejo.
One of I can't figure out how to point.
There.
One of Forbes.
Boxing influential people.
Yes, shout out to her and our girl Christina Poncher.
Yeah, from Top Rank.
Representing for women, holding it down for the 99 and 2000s.
I know. I'm going to tweet out real fast that we are live because we didn't get to tweet out. So I'm going to put the mic down. Jay, take on over.
Yes, so we are here, as you know, we are here for Charlo, Canelo versus Charlo. We just finished the final press conference. Canelo looks like he's continuing to have a great time. He looks super relaxed. He said this is his best training camp ever. Jermell Charlo is very excited about this opportunity. He feels very humbled, but he said he also feels like he is ready. I've been enjoying the episodes of All Access and seeing him interacting with his family. And, it was getting a little spicy, but the spice wasn't for Canelo. I don't want to be with the chisme like that. But, it sounded like Jermell Charlo was sending some serious shots to somebody.
Oh, my God. You know what? Somebody was his brother.
Yeah, exactly.
It's no secret.
Yeah.
We all heard it.
We all heard it.
He said he's the one that showed up.
He said that he showed up, and so he is going up 2 weight classes. And this is probably very interesting for him to train, not only for a competitor like Canelo, but going up 2 weight classes, because so much of boxing, unless you're a heavyweight, is cutting weight. And so when you remove that aspect from it, how does that change your mental approach? Because, there's always beauty in the struggle, and starving is, how do you keep the hunger alive when you're not starving? How do you make sure you're eating the right thing so that you're bulking, but you're not just getting fat? That's very strategic. I hear a lot of people who are thin, who say, they want to put on weight. It's hard. It's not just a matter of just eating, because you want to put weight on the right way. Malik, if you want to go back and watch, I think I put a snippet of it on the Best Women's Boxing Show Instagram, where Mel Charlo is saying that he held it down he's happy that he got the opportunity, and he hopes that someone gets that opportunity also in the future. I took that to be maybe a shot. It could be a shot at everyone. Let me not presume. But it was given a little Cain and Abel. But you know what?
It's all right.
It's all right.
But you need it. Even if it wasn't towards Canelo, it's still spicy.
Spicy.
Anything. Because
I love spice.
We love spice. We love drama, and whether it's true or not, but I feel like there's something's going on, because a lot of things happened during the Errol Spence Crawford. There was a huge fight.
Yes.
People were arrested. I still don't even know what happened.
I don't either.
I just saw women throwing down. Everyone was throwing down.
They might want to put those girls in some gloves on those girls.
Yeah,
and down.
And all those social media clips that Jamal is saying, and I don't quote me, but it's out there that he says, we're not close right now. I'm not close to my mom. It's hard, especially when you're a twin.
Right.
You're a twin, and you can't even. You're fighting with your twin, and I feel for the family. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of things, but he said, my brother's focused on fighting Canelo, and he needs to focus on that. So he knows the task at hand, and eventually they'll pick up. Okay, I'm going to finish tweeting this out.
If you're beefing with your sibling right now, put it down, invite them over, watch the fight. Call them and say, you know what, I love you. Or just run out someplace remote, run the fade, get it over with, and just shake hands and, let bygones be bygones. But we are here. I don't know who that is in the back of our shot, but we are here at the MGM in the media room at Canelo versus Charlo Fight Week. I love that we have been in one central location and didn't have to pack our gear down.
God.
We are awaiting to see what guests we can lure over here to our table. I see Sean Porter over there in the background. Maybe we'll lure him over. That would be really cool. We are waiting to see Jimmy Lennon Jr. could be joining us, and you just never know. We're here to talk to everybody. You know, we see some sponsors here in the building. They ain't sponsoring us.
Who's
Hey,
this? Hey, Kim, come on over.
yeah, we are live right now. If you
Yeah,
want to join
come
us
on
on our
in.
live stream, so we are live right now.
So, okay.
So we have our next guest looking lovely. Thank you for joining us.
This is Kim. How do you say
I'm Hurwitz.
Hurwitz. Okay, so she is, you know what, from Fight TV, what is your role?
I'm the chief marketing officer.
Mhm.
So, oversee marketing and branding and PR and affiliate networks and,
Okay.
social media, a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Okay, before you even got in a fight, I knew that you're a black belt in karate. Is it that,
Shotokan karate.
what's that?
Shotokan is just a particular type.
Oh.
Just like there's Kyokushin or there's probably a dozen different parts, but they're all the Japanese karate art.
I mean, because when I first met you, when I worked some of the Triller fights and it was aired on Fight TV, I looked at your body. I was like, okay, you gotta go. Look at you got some thigh highs on, looking hot. Yeah, like okay.
You better let them know.
Kim, you are a boss because it's you were able to go from your career and turn it into something where you understand fighting and how to market it, because a lot of people in certain companies and promotions don't know shit about shit.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what you guys are doing. Like, you really know what you're talking about. You just happen to be female.
Yes.
Don't hold it against me.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it for so long that I used to go to pressers like this, and I'd be like the only woman there. But that helped when I had a microphone too. It was like, oh, who's this, little petite blonde girl or whatever, and we'll talk to her. They think that they thought it was funny. But I got to meet a lot of boxers that way, and I just really love the sport.
Mm-hmm.
I got into boxing and stuff long before I ever did karate. I have 2 kids, and when they each turned 5, I put them in karate school. So they're both black belts also. In fact, my son's at 2nd grade.
Wow. We need some security.
And he works for the UFC. So
Oh,
we're like competing.
Oh, okay. So you heard what Steven Espinosa said, but it is kind of true. There have not been any UFC events of the caliber of what boxing has put on, and everyone in UFC MMA fighters come to us, or not us, but boxing, because they want that big payday.
Yeah.
Does your son and you? Do you guys always have discussions? Well, boxing is better. UFC is better. I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, not at all, because I've been a fan of the UFC since its inception. I won the marketing, this is like going to age me, but I won the marketing contest for UFC 1. It was $50. It was a prize. It was owned by Semaphore Entertainment Group at the time, and it was.
What year was it?
94.
Okay, no, you don't have to say no, because we don't. Okay.
They already know.
No,
They're
back.
celebrating their 30th
Oh yeah, they are.
anniversary,
Sorry.
It's not a secret. Yeah, it's 1993. But that's how I met all those people from King Shamrock on up, and I never knew it was going to be turned into what it did. But, then moved forward about, 7 years. I was head of pay-per-view at DirecTV. So Dana White came to my office and said, I hope we just sold the company to Sufa, we're going to get sanctioned. Because DirecTV at the time was the only one doing it.
Okay.
So, and then, of course, The Ultimate Fighter was involved now because they got mainstream attention.
Yes.
They had to pay for that time, and they couldn't sell any ads. So what did they do? They just promoted themselves.
Yeah,
And then they realized that, that's the best thing you could have done. So kudos to them. I'm a huge UFC fan. I think I've watched almost every UFC event. So I love it. I love fighting. I love wrestling. I like that stuff too because
that's her arena.
we do
She loves
that at Fight, right? We're that's the platform for pro wrestling.
So is that the key to it? When I look at some fighters, some are more successful than others. There are a lot of fighters that are skilled who don't have a buzz. Is self-promotion from a marketing perspective, is that the key to getting it to the next level? Where do you think fighters are falling short these days in terms of promotion
Well,
outside of the promoter?
Well,
of the
yeah,
event?
you nailed it, because that is the genesis of everything. I mean, people buy fights because of fighters, and it doesn't matter if you love them or hate them, but you got to have some opinion about them. You got to care, even if you want them to get their block knocked off. You know. But yeah, you have to be on social media, as you know. But it almost, and be bold. I think, take a stance on something. Even if you get haters. I mean, if you look at anyone who's huge, like a Joe Rogan or a Howard Stern or whatever, I mean, half the people love them and half hate them. Even Elon Musk and Zuckerberg are getting into it.
We can even go even
Zuckerberg
more
now
old
looks
school
like
and
a good
say
guy.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah,
Right.
Exactly. A true innovator of that, of taking a popular stance.
absolutely.
Exactly. And so sometimes it's a very noble stance, which is what he did. And so it doesn't have to be, disruptive and angry or mean or whatever. But you want to do something. Because the news cycles are so fast these days.
Absolutely.
I mean, so you don't have to worry if you stumble or fall. People love a comeback story
Yes, they
too. I mean, look at Mike Tyson.
Yes.
He came back. I have that poster framed in my kitchen. When he came back and fought McNeely, but I was working in cable pay-per-view at the time, and as the pay-per-view person, I would get death threats. People would say, if you carry that fight, we're going to do something to you.
People are really crazy.
And this was like before social media, so this is like how bad it was. You would get notes that people would drop off. It's like carrier pigeons. It's like people are not that old. It's just it's fun to see the evolution. I mean, same as it ever was. In a way, it's never changed at all.
It's funny because you see that when we didn't have Twitter or YouTube or anything, it was on word of mouth, and no one ever spoke on it was just no one texted each other. And now, to promote yourself, you do it yourself. You can't really trust anyone, and we know it. We really hate a lot of social media. It's really time consuming.
It is a double-edged sword, for sure. Because there's a lot of people who hide behind the name and their anonymity, and so they would say stuff they would never say in real life. And so I kind of like, some of the people that have said, "Look, you wouldn't say that to me in person," and it's very true. So. And when you raise kids, that's another thing too. It's like, how much do you want them to get involved? I mean, because it's such a fantastic tool. You learn amazing things. You can be inspired. But it can make you feel. I mean, why do you think we have so many mental problems, mental, health problems? Because it can really, suck you in that way. And now we have a new thing, AI.
Oh,
so that's the next thing.
Okay, how besides it may take over the whole world. In general, how dangerous is it that everyone's posing the dangers of it? Besides it takes over us.
Well, I think it's good that people talk about the dangers because, that's an opponent about, right? But I think that there's a good side, just like social media has a good and bad side. I mean, I've gone into ChatGPT, and if I needed a little help to kind of flesh out this writing piece, I may go there. And what it can do with imagery and stuff like that, and logos and creative things. Like, I'm a creative person. I'm a theater major, from college, and I was in a band for years. So it's like I like to do creative things, and so I see the application where it can be a good thing. So it's like you can use it for good or evil, and I just think you need to stay ahead of it. And there'll be a lot of new jobs, and some jobs that go away, but new jobs that are created. People who can write great prompts, who can harness it, and they can really do something great. I mean, we could probably get great medical discoveries out of this, like we'll cure things faster. We'll maybe go to Mars faster. Maybe we can. I think there's a lot of positive.
Well, Kim, we appreciate you coming by and stopping by. We've always wanted you on the show, and now we finally get to do it in the live stream in a media room during a big fight week.
That's right.
For the people that don't know, Fight does is going to be carrying this fight.
Yes. We have U.S. and Canada rights, and then also a bunch of countries in Europe, Germany, Italy, Scandinavia, etc. So, we've got it in English and in Spanish, and the great thing about Fight is anywhere you can get Netflix, you can get Fight, because we're pretty ubiquitous. I mean, we're everywhere, device agnostic.
How much is the Fight?
Well, and it depends where you live. So if you live in Germany, it's gonna be a lower price.
How about in America?
It's $84.90.
Oh, I thought it would be cheaper.
95.
All
So
right,
you can
well,
fly
okay.
if you want to fly to Germany and get the live stream cheaper.
There you go. Well, Kim, we appreciate your time, and you know what? She's a trailblazer in sports and women in media, and we appreciate you. Come by later and hang out. Please take a snap.
Yes, if you're
Because they ain't gonna feed us anymore. So
okay, you better give them the boots and the
All right.
thighs.
you're
honey.
more than
go,
welcome.
honey.
Look at how sexy you are. She's my leather twin. Like we're always in
I
leather.
love it. Thank
I
you for
love it.
stopping
Thanks,
by. We
Kim.
appreciate
Yeah,
you.
we
Thank
love
you for
hearing
what
your
you do for
stories.
women. Thank you.
Kim, you're gonna. We have so much to talk about because, like I said, remember I always pitch our show, but we're gonna be on Fight. You're gonna be able to broadcast
One day.
us. Watch. I will talk.
It's coming.
We have some good news.
Be on a full podcast with you guys.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, we got good
You got to
news.
come in studio
Yeah,
with us.
we'll
for
tell
sure.
you after.
Peace out.
All
Peace
right,
out.
bye, Kim. Thank you.
So thank you to Kim. Yes, let's all speak
Okay.
all that into the
Existence.
Not lean on the chair like I'm just at my house. I was really about
You're
to
like,
just.
No, but it was,
yeah.
no, it's really cool about Kim. I've met her, and she's just such a fascinating woman. She can kick both of our asses at the same time.
Absolutely. Her and her children. We need to hire them for security when we start getting controversial.
I just got
Whole
interviewed by Jeff Mayweather earlier before I came here, and they asked me, these questions here, and then they're like, okay, how many 10-year-old kids would it take to kick your butt?
Hey, what the hell?
I said, what kind of a question is that? And I'm like, what do you mean, like in a boxing ring? They're like, no, if you're taking care of them. I'm
F
like,
them kids. You whip them kids
I was
out.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, my head about 5, but I was like, I do not abuse children. I
No.
have a son, but yeah, I just don't.
Ain't nobody getting jumped on by no 10-year-olds. We're gonna say that.
Malik Stevenson going to carry that title for many years after Crawford, but Kermel. I'm like, who's Kermel? Jermel definitely going to do his thing. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I just tweeted out. I'm going to put on Instagram real fast. I'm going to put the Instagram thing to let people. So, Jeandra, take it away really fast.
Yes,
but you can talk and I'll answer.
Okay, so while we are getting our tweets out, thank you to everybody who's been sharing the live stream, tuning in with us. Get active in the chat. Anything you want us to talk about, questions, predictions, drop predictions in the chat. Shout out to one of our sponsors, SPG BK Spring Break Watches. Look at all perfect timing. Let me get another chair. Perfect.
We just happen to be in the neighborhood. You know
Come
what
join
I mean?
us.
What's
Come join
up?
us. Look at these guys. Some more greats that need
Hold on.
no introduction. For sure.
I'm Ak, he's Barack.
Oh,
Yes.
Yo, that lighting is cool. I'm taking that with me.
Okay.
I'm taking that with me.
You
got the
can
light
do
scan app
anything
on.
as
Oh, okay.
You see
As
that?
long as you
Okay,
got
we
good lighting, you
Look
can
what
do
happens. Lighting.
any.
Yeah, it's my whole
This is
setup.
cozy.
All right, so look at them. We just
Oh,
need to bring a
perfect.
couch next time.
I know.
Jay,
Okay.
Ak and Barack from DAZN. You know what? Before even DAZN, I loved it when you guys would put on the beat the shit out of each other, hit each other in the stomach. It was for 50 cents.
This is 50.com.
Right?
Yeah,
That was
this
my
is-
favorite. I'm like, do it again.
Thank you. This is 50.com. We had a lot of fun. The Rock's ribs, a few of them got broken
They still
and
broke.
shattered,
I don't
but
care. It's all good.
all for the greater good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is some exciting time for you. You guys have spent a lot of time with Canelo. This is a terrific. This is an interesting matchup. He says this is the best camp he's ever had. He's injury free, and we have a competitor who's got the youth, the reach, and the height, but not as storied a career at this point as Canelo. So what does this fight look to you? Beginning with you, what do you envision this fight is going to look like?
Well, first of all, I feel important because I've watched her interview so many great actors in her junkets. What do you call that?
Junket,
Junket.
yeah.
Junkets, right? And they're
Right?
pretty good. They're pretty
She's
good.
so
You know?
good.
So good.
She's
You are
interviewing
literally the
everyone.
queen of it.
Everybody.
Oh,
Seriously,
thank you.
seriously, unbelievable.
Thank you.
Listen, first off, the best women in boxing is understated. You ladies are phenomenal, right? As far as Canelo Alvarez, his last performance, it was criticized against John Ryder, right? Canelo's a prideful dude, so in my opinion, he's going to go into this fight with a little bit of a chip on the shoulder because of that. And maybe, I don't know, because the first press conference was really peaceful. I think Canelo saw some footage of Jamel saying something about him somewhere. Somebody showed him something, and he's a little annoyed now. So that Canelo right there is the best version of what he wants to be in this fight. I like it.
100%. I can say that what's consistent in boxing is fighters be lying. You know what I'm saying? Saying, oh, this is the best camp or whatever, but I actually believe Canelo this one particular time. I just think that he really means that. And he's like, okay, you're judging me on my past or whatever, and you don't know what I was going through behind closed doors. But I also like the fact that Jamel is like became this calm, sober-minded person. You know what I'm saying? Is really holding his temper and stuff like that. And he kind of said it today. He was like, I'm supposed to be like this because of the magnitude of the fight. So I like that. So I think with those two things, I think this is going to be a huge fight.
Speaking of the magnitude of the fight, I think that's going to play a major part. Like, is Jamel ready for this type of event? When the lights hit, that stage is different with a Canelo fight at the T-Mobile Arena. So I'm not to say that he's not ready for it, right? But we have to get those questions answered on Saturday.
We were just talking to Brian Hester about that, the magnitude of this fight, and will he get gun shy? Because we're fighting Canelo in front of everyone, and you're going to hear a lot of Canelo, mariachi, like all of that. And for him, will he be able to keep his composure? And if he gets in a flurry, we're going to hear like that. And will he get excited and just, overreact? Will he be able to get back and, be poised and do what he's supposed to do and stick to the game plan?
Yeah, I mean, as far as skill, Jamel is a skillful fighter. Obviously, he's undisputed at 154 for a reason. Just Tony Harrison is a hell of a fighter. And the way he beat him the next time, the second time around, it just proves how good of a fighter he is, right? And we've seen him beat other guys, so he's skillful. Can he execute that on that stage? Again, that's the question, right? Is Canelo sliding like some people think, right? That's what makes this fight so interesting. As far as size, we all obviously know that size is not a factor. Him moving up a weight class, he's still way bigger than Canelo Alvarez. So size, Canelo does not belong. I say it again. Barack says it all the time. We both will say it. Canelo does not belong at 160. He's a very small fighter. He became undisputed at a weight class that he's too small for. You know what I mean? So he's accomplished so much. So honestly, I don't know what to expect as far as like the nuances of the fight, like what's going to happen throughout the fight. I think when the smoke clears, I think Canelo is going to be typically Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders type of Canelo, Caleb Plant type of Canelo, and really cause some damage that would have later on. I'm not making a prediction.
What was interesting to me was Jamel made a point of saying that they're going to have a rematch. I didn't know that too recently, and I got to thinking about Jamel. He loves a rematch. Tony Harrison rematch, Brian Castano rematch. This could be a rematch.
Well, he's only saying that because he's saying that he's going to beat Canelo.
Yeah,
because if Canelo wins, there will be no rematch.
Exactly.
So he's the only one. Canelo's the only one with the rematch clause. At least it seems that way. Where if he loses those belts, he's going to get a shot.
There's no way Canelo is signing something and Canelo got a rematch clause. There's no way. He got to go on to do bigger and greater things.
I have to look back at the presser when he was saying, I'm going to have that rematch to be fire. I wonder if Canelo's like, you know how he was making those sounds.
Right. Yo, come on, did you not like? Did you not like Canelo just now? I mean, he was funny and everything. He was like, I don't know what kind of animal I got to say to beat a lion.
What kind of animal does beat him? We've been
question.
debating. But I thought, what beats a lion?
Whatever he said, he said, I'm that animal. Whatever animal beats a lion.
The thing is, a lion is the king of the jungle. There's no animal that beats him per se. You know what I mean? But
really,
these guys are men. You know what I mean? So
let's look that up, people out there. Is there an animal in the jungle that can beat a lion?
So somebody can give an
animal,
dinosaur. No, there's animals that can give lions trouble. but there's no animal has dominance in the wild like lion. And
Yeah,
that's
but
what
we
it is.
talking
That's why
about
we
in
call
a
him the
fight.
king.
Wait, no, what do you got?
You talking about men or
No,
you
we're
talking
talking
about in a
about
fight?
animals. I mean, let's get into it. I want to know if
Let's
there's an
get into
animal
it.
that can beat a lion in the jungle.
Yes,
Drop
yes,
it in the
they have
comments.
been beaten by other animals. Yes,
Okay.
Like,
individually,
I'm curious.
individually.
So
But as a
lions can
whole,
be-
lions have the most dominant presence in the wild.
No, Jeandra mentioned hippo. Hippo is the most dangerous. But I can't
take it to
imagine
Hippo's strong as hell.
Canelo. But I can't imagine Canelo say, "I'm a hippo."
What
Well,
animal?
I'm a hungry
I'm a
hippo.
hungry hippo.
That's true. That's funny. Imagine that. Well,
What
Canelo,
animal
are you
is
looking
goofy?
it up? She's
I'm
looking
gonna
it up now.
Google it. What
as we
animal
You guys
beats
want some snacks?
a lion? We got little
You guys
snackies.
drinking wine in there?
No water.
Not yet.
Water.
Not
Not
yet.
yet?
Not
Just
yet.
messed up their visual.
We're gonna have some.
Oh,
Oh, so
Yeah,
Canelo's there.
elephants and rhinos
I know
are
elephants.
animals that most likely to kill lions. The humble porcupine is a threat to a mighty lion, and a crocodile will attempt to prey on a lion. So, is he a porcupine or a rhino?
No, I would say
No, no, see-
rhino. Or what was the other one? Elephant is
An
not
elephant.
Let's say rhino.
No, but like I said, that there are animals that have killed lions. But when a pride of lions go up against a pride of
Now you
anybody
talking about
else,
a bunch of.
well, are they
Now you
ever
talking about
alone?
Jumping. Ain't nobody jumping anybody. in
Are
that
they
ring,
ever
bro.
alone?
Well, Jamela's alone today. His brother's not
Well,
even here, right?
that's why I said these are not animals. These are men.
Well, maybe he should
But
take the
metaphor-
porcupine.
And it doesn't matter what
approach.
we think we are. If somebody say, "Oh, I'm Superman,"
I said
well, I'm
Canelo,
Batman. Well,
Canelo's the rhino
does that
against the
matter?
lion.
We can
right?
learn a lot from the porcupine. The porcupine can shoot quills.
Yes.
You know, he could shoot the jab out.
Yeah.
So maybe Canelo, the porcupine.
You can't hit a porcupine. You
Yeah.
get hurt.
Exactly.
You get hurt every time you hit it.
But when Canelo moves his head, it's
It's
hard
hard
to hit him.
kangaroo now.
That's like
Oh,
a
it's hard to hit
kangaroo
him.
or a turtle.
I don't think we're going anywhere. He's gonna duck his head in, stick his head out. Oh,
They were the ones that started this
They
whole
started, that's
conversation
it.
about what animals.
now
should
we
I
arguing about animals.
I'm about to find
We
a
forgot
video
talking about
online about
fighters.
a lion
Yes,
versus a
matter of fact.
porcupine. We're gonna see
Yeah.
how
We're
it
going
plays
to have
out.
a pound for pound list of animals.
Maybe we need to run that
The
footage.
lion
Play
is
this
top pound for pound fighter. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
So he's with
And we're gonna
Jamel
come out with
Charlo,
the
obviously. He's on the
top
Jamel Charlo
10
team.
animals.
Is that what you said?
Drop
right?
it in the comments.
No,
Drop it.
I'm
Let
not
us
lions
know.
I'm talking about animals here,
You just
not
said
men.
lions only.
Not men.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
The
guys
best
are
man's
so
gonna win. I don't
funny.
make predictions.
Exactly. Well, we are predicting that you guys will continue to do big things because I love all the content. I'm always excited to see what you guys are doing because you keep it fresh, you keep it youthful because so much of boxing is still an old man kind of sport.
Oh,
And
my light just died.
Okay,
Oopsie,
well, we
I'll
still
cheer.
got one, but
It's all right.
I'm always excited to see what you guys are doing because I feel like you guys do a great job of carrying the torch for our generation because we're all, the same age group and we people of color. We all people of color
Yes,
here,
we are.
and we all trying to make our mark.
Appreciate it. We got something cooking too. Something else coming out soon. So look out for outside of the zone.
I just want
good.
to appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I hope I can live up to it.
You guys are already okay. So before we lose both fights, plug what you got going outside of the zone. We can see you on the zone. I can Barack on Sirius also. What do you guys
No,
going
we're not on Sirius anymore
Oh, I'm
because
sorry.
they
We
couldn't
got fired.
They couldn't afford us.
I know
No,
that's
no,
right.
the price
It's all
went up.
right.
Know your worth, King. I know
That's,
that's
not,
right.
that's not even true.
Right. That is true.
No, that's not true.
You
It
better
is
tell
Oh my
them.
God.
Barack is so bashful.
No, the zone just didn't want. The zone had us on series, figuring that gives out, more promotion. And they was like, all right, now we see we don't
makes
necessarily need that.
And Sirius
That's
had the
right.
Sirius had the opportunity to keep us on there separately and couldn't afford it.
Oh, I
Know
thought,
your worth,
I
kings
thought
and
maybe
queens.
COVID killed it because COVID killed it.
No, we never
Nah,
stopped
not
working.
even.
We didn't stop one show during the whole pandemic.
right.
We started doing
Oh,
the
Trying
yeah.
to
Oh,
make-
both
Okay.
lights have gone. It's
Obviously,
all
they
right.
don't want the black man here. You see that? Because when the lights go out, the black man can't be seen. I know you only see teeth right now, but I'm here. My name is Barack the Boxing Bullet.
Okay, the lights cut off. Like it's time to go.
Yeah,
That's right. They're kicking us out of here.
I know. I gotta plug my lights in.
I'm about to go to the gym and get this working
Oh, fun.
consistently. I'm trying to preserve this youth. But check us out at on the Zone Boxing Show on the Zone on a daily basis. And
Keep watching the best women's boxing show.
that's right.
Period.
That's right. That's right.
That's the name.
Oh, I ain't even
Period.
know about that part.
Yeah.
I ain't even
Yes,
know about
Period.
Period. I ain't know that. They didn't spell it out. That's why I didn't say it. My bad.
That's all right.
Thanks for
Thank you
having us.
guys.
Thank
Love
you,
it.
guys.
Thank you.
So
And
much.
keep up doing the great
Take a
work.
snack before you go
Appreciate
to
My
the
pleasure.
gym. I just saw Damian Lillard just got signed to the Bucks. He's a
Just
huge
got
boxing
what? Oh,
fan.
really?
He
Sure
just got
is.
signed to the
Oh, I
Bucks.
know.
Oh,
He,
did he?
he knows
I
boxing.
just saw it
He
right
knows
now.
boxing too.
I
Yes,
just saw
yes.
it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys. We
Thank you.
appreciate
We
your
appreciate you
time.
coming.
Thank you guys.
So we're gonna keep guys streaming. The guys are gonna head
Yeah.
off
No,
to
no, no,
the
I'm
gym
good. We
now.
go to the gym.
There's no nutter butter. Just lick the peanut butter. Lick the peanut butter.
Okay.
It's protein. I'll be right back. Let me chart. Let me put. I'm
We
gonna put our
are
light.
getting our light situation back together here because we need light because we people of color and we want to be able to be seen on the shots. So we are still live here in the conference room for Canelo versus Charlo. Shout out to Akin Barak who joined us so far. Shout out to our lovely lady from Fight TV. And we earlier, if you caught our live stream earlier, we talked to Brittany Goodson Brown and we talked to Mauricio Suleiman, who broke down the art that the belt for this fight is being presented. And we're getting set up. Who are you guys rooting for? Who are you picking? Is who you're rooting for and who you're picking to win the same thing? Drop it in the comments below. And also, if you think that a porcupine or one of the other animals that we discussed here can beat a lion, let us know what the king of the jungle is. And let us know what you think about this English-speaking Canelo. We've been waiting for it for a long time. It's been super fun to see him kind of step into that. I love seeing him on All Access, doing his English lessons. It's super cute. They're both family men. They're both great fathers. And it's refreshing to see those things happening with two fighters without all the animus. I mean, I get up for some trash talk too, but it's always good to see the guys in their natural element. Being surprised, the lights are back on. So Cynthia will be joining me back on the shot in a second. Let's give a shout out to some of our sponsors, Holborn Adams. Salute to you, Adam Rasul, who are our podcast.
I have to do a shout out. So congratulations, Adam. I forgot to tell you this. I want to record it.
Yes.
Congratulations, Adam of Holborn Adams, for partnering up with Joe Gallagher for the gym and with Mike Tyson in Dubai.
Congratulations, Adam.
Congratulations, Adam. We love you. But yes, I forgot to tell you that because he told me this. He told me this really late last night because he's in Dubai, but he's doing big things. And so, Adam, we're going to talk.
For sure. Teamwork makes the dream work. And thank you to him for his just wonderful support. We couldn't do it without you. We appreciate it greatly. Also, shout out to Spring Break Watches. Follow them on Instagram. If you're interested in Spring Break watches, you can find them in Nordstrom's, Macy's, lots of different places. You can go to their website. It's a Black-owned watch company. They are so super dope. And of course, if you're going to be watching the pay-per-view this weekend, or you want to watch the pay-per-view this weekend and you don't have Showtime, that's okay. You don't need it. Fight TV, FITE. You can order the fight directly through them. Pricing varies depending on where you live. If you're in the United States, it's still $84.95.
Yep.
If you live in Germany, up the Liebergut, it's cheaper. Ich bin gefallen und kann nicht aufstehen. If you live in Germany, it's going to be cheaper. And if you leave, check your local listings to see how much the fight is going to cost you.
Yeah.
We are here in Las Vegas, so it is going to be $3.99.
Sorry, I'm not. I'm just putting our live stream of Custer that we are live, so to tune in on my story. So if you guys see it, can you repost it, retweet it?
Yeah, do your girls a solid. We out here grinding and working. So, shout out to all of you who are watching live right now. If you could share the live stream, whether you are on Twitter, whether you are on Instagram, Facebook, OnlyFans, X videos, Pornhub, wherever, share the stream.
Yep.
And
hey, people love boxing, and Just tune in.
Exactly. The undercard. So tomorrow will be the undercard final press conference. Oh, shout out to Jesus. He's going to see it at a theater. That's right.
Oh,
You can go see it
yeah.
at a theater. You can get your popcorn. That way you don't have to have people to your house, dirtying up your house. And you know, when you go see it in a theater, it's the cost of like a regular movie ticket.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
how much are the tickets? Which state are you in, and how much are the tickets for you to watch it in the theater? Drop it in the comments for us. That way, if somebody else who's watching the stream who thought, oh, I didn't even think of that. I don't have $84.95 for the flight because gas in Los Angeles is $6 a gallon.
Girl, I just got gas. This is Vegas. It was $5.49.
That's a damn shame.
Vegas. We're the second state. We're right behind California. I did not move to Vegas for California.
I know that's right. The whole point was to lower, to have a better quality of life.
That's not no better.
Sheesh. But yes, if you are currently living in a place where your gas is entirely too high, follow Jesus's lead. Go see it in a theater. That way you can get you some popcorn. Look, you can buy 2 movie tickets. I'm guessing they're like 15. Let me see. In NorCal, they're 25. Okay, boom. 25. You can get some popcorn. You can get a large popcorn, share it with your honey, share it with your kids, and do all of that for less than $80. And you can, you don't have nothing to clean up afterwards, and then you can drive home.
There you go.
Where you live, you can get on the train. Kelly Swanson, would you like to join us on the live stream? Are you too busy? Kelly working, honey. If you don't know who Kelly Swanson is, I don't know what you've been doing with your life.
Yeah.
We are live right now. Yes. If you took Kelly Swanson's bag from the media room,
Yes, please. Can you return my bag?
Please return
I'm
her
sure
bag.
I just misplaced it because I trust everybody in this room.
I wouldn't do that now.
Anybody unboxing and then some.
The tone has been really respectful between the two guys. Where on the scale of difficulty to get to fight week planning does this rank?
Perfect. They're both on time. They're both willing to do the work to get ready for the fight, and they've worked really hard throughout the whole promotion. So when two fighters are happy to participate and give the media what they need, it's pretty easy for us.
You've been through this. You've been through so many of these. Is there one fight in particular or one media week that you absolutely loved working?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, I have to think back. I loved Mayweather, Ricky Hatton.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. I mean, any Floyd's fights were always exciting because there was such big energy. I don't know. I love boxing, so they're all pretty exciting to me.
The first big fight I ever covered was Floyd versus Canelo. And my favorite thing of that fight week was the weigh-in day. And it was crazy. Like, MGM was full, like it was fight night. And I remember when you called us to go to report to our seats because the stream was going to start, and the people started cheering for us because I think they thought we were the fighters. That was it. I was all after that.
That made your day.
I quit my job
You were
after that.
famous. You were famous
I quit
after
my
that.
HR job after that,
They
and
started looking for you on autograph. I'll tell you, the Hopkins Joe Calzaghe fight.
Oh,
So back in the day, I used to have to call the press. I used to be like Ray Flores. I used to be the voice of the press. I did everything.
wow.
So we
You're
did
still
these
the
big
voice.
tours, and I would have said, and he's a 3-time world champ, blah, 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 ladies and gentlemen. And so for the Hopkins, Calzaghe. So it was at the Planet Hollywood, as a matter of fact, and we used the stage there. And then I was walking just through the lobby or whatever, and I hear this guy. Oh, look! There's a lady from the stage. I'm like, oh yes, it's just little old me doing my job. I think it was Planet Hollywood.
If you guys don't know Kelly Swanson,
You tripping.
Yeah, Swanson Communications. She's responsible for many fighters, but the one fighter everyone talks or thinks about is Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15 years with Mayweather.
Yeah, so people are probably like, who's this lady on here?
From the first pay-per-view fight he had, all the way to the end of his career. I started with him with the Arturo Gatti fight, which was the last big fight before pay-per-view.
Did you approach him and say, I can do your PR, or did he seek you out? How does that happen? How did that happen?
I had worked with some other fighters, and they were aware of my work with the other fighters, Vernon Forrest in particular, Bernard Hopkins, and so Leonard Ellerby sought me out. He called me and said, we're looking for a publicist. Floyd wants his own publicist. At the time, he was working with Top Rank. They were handling most of his media requests, but by that time, he was starting to come into his own, and they wanted to have their own person. So,
Is that when he was making his shift from Top Rank to buy out his contract right at that time?
no, because I worked there at Charlo fight.
Oh, okay.
Top Rank fight, but I think it was just more like where his career was going and how he was becoming more and more popular. So at that point, they said, yeah, let's get our own. And Leonard called me and we talked, and then I had to meet Floyd, and he had to be happy with me. But he was happy with me. Thank God.
What do you pitched in when you first, Mayweather is, when he walks in a room, everyone, it commands attention, whether he likes it or not. Now, to speak with him, it's a little, you get a little nervous. What did you say to him? How did you approach him, from what you remember, that solidified that deal with him?
So we can write it down.
Yeah.
I mean,
taking notes.
I think the best thing to do is like stay in it. Let them come to you. Let them feel you out. I pretty much was told what they wanted me to do in the beginning. And I honestly don't know if Floyd knew my name right away. The lady over there. Back then I was a girl. But yeah, I think just being patient, and the biggest thing for the fighters is to be able to trust you with their career. Also with, you get pretty close and personal, so you do know some things happening behind the scenes, and you have to really gain their trust. And the last thing you want to say is, don't worry, you can trust me.
Yeah.
You just don't say that, because if it comes naturally, I think with Floyd, he's a very loyal person. So probably a couple fights, it took him to just make sure that everything was good and I was doing my job. Floyd is a perfectionist, and he did his job to the best just to perfection. And so you had to do the same thing. People, I know sometimes my reputation preceded itself, but I was getting a lot of, people don't understand that the fighters expect a lot. They want you to protect them. They want you to be mindful of like how many interviews they're doing, and when they want to, it could be one little side glance, and then okay, you have to step in. Where people might have thought, oh, Kelly's stepping in. But it's a real dance with your client to make sure that they stay happy. My job was to make sure they, not just Floyd, but any fighter I work with, that they're happy. The media, I try to help you guys out as much as I can, but my priority is absolutely.
When did you come into that awareness that you wanted to stay specifically in this lane? Because we see so many people I'm the promoter, I'm the manager, I'm the advisor, I'm the wallet, the driver, the banker, the babysitter, and they have all these titles, and it's like jack of all trades, master of none, and you have mastered this to a level that others have to admire. So how did what is that story of wanting to stay in that lane?
I mean, I came from a PR background. I didn't just come to box. I always tell people, don't necessarily come into boxing because you love boxing. For me, I was a publicist with an agency in New York for 7 years before I actually really got into, and it wasn't even because I wanted to get into boxing, but by default, I went to the Olympics and met Riddick Bowe at the 1988 Olympics, which really dates me. But it was after that experience, I went to a World Cup, I went to a bunch of Olympics, so I was getting publicity experience. And then I was able to make sure that I knew what I was doing. And so I only know public relations. That's what I was taught to do. That's my trade. So I didn't really know how to do anything else. Yeah, can you fill in where you have to? 100%. But for me, I knew, okay, well, this is what you do and this is what you're good at. So I stayed right there and developed my career and my background just by really staying there.
Yeah, you're a mainstay when it comes to boxing. When people hear Kelly Swanson, you're at the top of the list. Everyone knows you, and especially for a female in media, or just boxing in general. We've all looked up to you. I've even admitted I was so scared of you. I didn't talk to you at
If you're
first,
not
but I'm like,
you're not
no.
scared of Kelly when you start.
I know.
Come on.
Yeah, but
Hey, when there's a will, there's a way.
there is a
right?
way.
You
Yeah,
hung in there?
I did, and I was
You
like,
hung
and
in
now she hugs me. Well, I hug her, and
Yeah,
she just
we
sits
hug
there.
each other. We
Yeah,
hug
we
each
do.
You know, I think that it gets lost on people too, just how many things are going on.
Yeah.
Not even fight week. Like, we just had the press conference in Los Angeles and New York for this fight. And in addition to making sure the fighters get to where there's the network and there's the live stream, you have to keep them happy, and the promoters of the event, the network carrier of the event, plus all of us. Kelly, 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 can I? How do you unplug when a fight is over? What does the reset look for you to get ready for the next big thing? How many days at this point does it take you to do that reset?
I mean, part of what I do too, though, and thanks to Sam Jackson and Andrew Roberts, my mainstays, they've been with me a long time, and I appreciate them so much. We have to set up all these things. So this room that you see here, I designed that big stage back there.
Oh.
So I have like an eye for the press conferences. They basically say, okay, Kelly, we're going to New York and LA, or we're going to Dallas, LA, New York. I mean, back in the day, we did many more cities. And that's all they tell me, and they trust me to, do what I need to do. So my job actually starts even before we get to the tour, and then I start acting in my PR role to make sure that everybody gets what they need and as best of our ability. But yeah, once we come to fight week, it's always exciting. You get to see the fruition of all your work, the culmination of all the hours that you spent on the phone, coordinating as much as you can, and then making sure the fighters are happy. And then, you go home. I have a life at home. I got a family, a lot of friends. And so I think it's also a blessing that you can just kind of detach for a minute and then wait for the next one. They used to roll a lot sooner than our schedule is now, especially for this year, and I think COVID switched that up a little bit, but there were times when we'd have to turn around. Well, we'd have a Saturday, for example, and we'd be, using this room to promote the next fight.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, so I think this year the schedule's it's been big fights. The difference with this year and other years is this might not be as many fights, but they've all been really good. Yeah, and Spence Crawford was really good. That was a lot of work. I think because they were both kind of fresh and a big fight moment. They had never kind of been in those moments, so it was really fun. Actually, I enjoyed myself a lot on that fight. They were both very enthusiastic to do what we needed to do. And everybody was excited that it was such a good matchup. I think Canelo seasoned vet, so he takes it all in stride. I see Jamel enjoying himself a lot because he's never been in this big stage yet. He's been in big stages, but this is big. So I really like watching a fighter who hasn't been on the stage get to feel this. I was just telling somebody today, I said it's really like a wedding. You plan these events, and then you go get married, and then it's over. So before you know it, you gotta enjoy the moment, take it all in, and balancing those two, because I'm sure Jamel is super excited. He's getting the attention he deserves. He's such a great fighter, and hopefully he's taking it all in. It's going to have so much fun at the weigh-in. It's outside. The people are going to be screaming.
Are you going to have a thing for us for media?
No,
it's sadly the hottest
Bring
day.
your umbrellas. Bring your
The
umbrellas.
hottest day of,
it
and it's
on
not
Friday?
even summer anymore. Yeah, and then
What's
on
it supposed to
Saturday
be?
it's going to be 70, 88.
Is it 88
That's
on
gonna be
Friday?
hot, yeah.
That's not hot. In
No, in the
desert?
sun. I live here.
Just
This
Bring your
brown skin
umbrellas
is
and
getting
your water
brown.
bottles.
you bring your sunscreen.
Yeah, all the time. So besides boxing, I know that I don't know if you still do it, the Pivot podcast.
Yep.
You do
Still
their
do the
PR.
Pivot, yeah.
Fantastic podcast.
Yes.
And then what other
We work with NFL football players. We actually have a new client with Jeandra Boxing, which is
Jorge
Masvidal's company. They thank God the
They had a card
UFC.
recently.
Yeah, we just helped them. We the UFC. I got to know the people in the UFC when Floyd fought McGregor, and again, I think like our reputation. We just do our job. We come and do our job. You know, we try to be social and have a good time, but I'm pretty serious about my job. So even in that case, the UFC was very impressed. They're like, "Wow, you guys do a lot." Because I again planned that whole tour, the cities, the big arenas, and they just showed up.
And that was awesome. It
That
was
was huge.
Yeah.
We were flying overnight on private jets, exhausted. We went all the way from LA. Where did we go? LA, Toronto, New York, and then all the way to London in like 2 days.
Wow.
And we had to plan all those things. But anyway, the UFC, I've stayed friendly with them. And,
Lene, do you know Lene from
she's my
PR?
girl.
She's the one I work out at. My trainer trains her too.
So she when Masvidal was trying to do this, it's bare knuckle actually. Bare MMA, bare knuckle MMA, or MMA bare knuckle. And so they were looking for some help, and she recommended us, so I appreciate that.
Good.
So we try, look, I have my own small business, and it's important to stay in business. So
Your business is thriving for how many years now?
I've been in business 25 years.
That's incredible.
I started with $8,000.
Wow.
Back in the day, that
That's
was
a lot
more
back then.
than now.
Would you ever want a documentary on your company, even if you're shy about it specifically being about Kelly, but more about the growth, the history of Swanson Communications?
I think if I had done a better job of documenting it, it would be a little easier. But I learned early on again that publicists are supposed to be in the background. So I don't really, I'm happy with our success, and I'm glad I'm successful, and I appreciate my reputation and my success personally, but
I'm watching it. You know, one day I'm putting it down, I'm putting it out in the universe. You will be our PR agent for our
Well,
show.
I certainly hope so.
We gotta get our coins up,
I
baby.
always ask you, every time I see you, I'm like, what's the best advice you can give us for our show? We've made strides from the very beginning till now. I mean, for us to be doing a live stream here in the media room, we earned this spot.
It's so great. I will tell you, I noticed that like social media seems to be flying off the handle, and I think you guys should start developing the big characters with all the influencers that are here as part of this fight week.
Yeah.
They started somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think you guys also have your reputation, and you have your niche, and I think it's important to like across the board just figure out how to get as much exposure as you can. Become characters. I find social media to be people that are characters are winners. So
That's a fact. Because those
you
the
guys
couple
have to
that we
have
saw.
ring names. Why haven't you ever had a ring name? What's going on here?
You know what?
That's a good
That's a
idea.
really good idea.
Come on, Kelly.
She's already
And
helping
she
us.
gave us that one for
You need
free.
your own
Yeah.
ring names.
Oh, okay, we're on that. We're gonna think about
Start a
that.
little moniker and go for it. All right.
Well, mine is already the real fight girl, but now mine is like
Too long.
It's too long. So would it be three words, or one word?
Just let it marinate.
Like a good fight. We're gonna think of some stuff. That's a good. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly. That was
Don't
something.
be a confident.
No, people would be like that. That sounds too stuck up. Confident.
That's your own insecurity.
That's true. You know when?
Come on, he called himself the fish. Or the lion.
Oh, the lion. Oh.
I'm a lion.
No, but we were talking about
Oh,
Canelo, and we we asked Malcolm Barack and even Brian Custer. She said hippo. Hippo is a very dangerous animal. What could Canelo call himself? And she looked it up: a porcupine or a rhino. What do you think would?
Elephant.
Canelo calls himself
No.
that?
no, those are
Those
animals
are-
that can beat a lion.
Beat a lion.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine Canelo saying a hippo. I'm the
Or a
hungry
porcupine.
Or a porcupine.
You know, people think a lion is like the king of the jungle, but I actually learned because I went to Tanzania on a safari with my mom. She was 85 at the time. So we went to the Serengeti, and the tour guides told us that the lion actually is a very hard job because they are the hunters. So to even try to kill a wildebeest or any, giraffe, anything that they can eat, they're the carnivores of the park. It's a national park, it's not a jungle. And where the other animals have to they're vegetarians.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
They all eat plants and trees and everything. So the elephants can just go and tear down leaves and everything, but the lion has to muscle. So that's what makes them super. Yep. And also the female is the hunter because the male lion has a huge mane and they can't shimmy through the grass
Like a leopard cat.
to try to catch the prey.
Oh, we're learning
But
this
then,
too.
of course, the women go and give the prey to the
Oh God, women. Terrible. All right, Kelly. Well, we've
Thank
taken
you.
so much.
Thanks,
Please
ladies.
take a snack. Go find
Yes,
your bag.
I'm so hungry.
Oh, now take
Whatever
take
you
as
like.
many as you want.
We have more in the back.
Those are
All right, thanks, ladies.
Thank you
Come back.
for joining
We'll be here
Bye,
all week.
everybody. Thanks for
Bye. Thank you. Oh my God.
Can
I
you
think that was the
feel?
longest interview I've ever heard or had with Kelly Swanson. And
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit that one and make it a stand.
are you recording it?
No, I didn't even go over. But no, that's okay. We
Oh,
can
yeah,
still
we can do
download
it.
it from YouTube and edit it and let's see.
Oh, fight. Kim said you ladies are the best.
You're
Fight.
the best,
Thanks,
Kim.
Thank you, Kim.
But
Like,
yes,
I have to drink some water. I'm starving.
I know.
What is this called?
You want the Nutter Butters.
I'm gonna
I
have a
want the
Nutter Butter.
cheesy. It ain't easy being cheesy.
It ain't.
I almost feel like we should circle around here. I thought they were going to bring us some other people.
I don't know what's going on. Who is that? So wait,
I
tomorrow.
see Raheem and Canobio and all them over there.
They're doing their own thing. Oh, that's Joe. I don't know if he speaks English. Joan Guzman, Charlo's first trainer.
Remember Hot Mike?
Oh yeah, no, Joan Guzman.
I don't
Is-
think he does. Though.
I don't know. Oh yeah, he doesn't speak English. Well then, he is Jamal Charlo's trainer and his first trainer actually, and he's still in camp with Charlo. Derek James has now taken on the head, and Guzman is now the assistant. But he said in All Access that he is his secret weapon, and so he had to take on another trainer for a Canelo fight because, I mean, not a Canelo fight, but ever since working with Derek, he's been able to set up the punches and throw and have more knockouts. And so we already know Jamal is a very good boxer. Sorry, we are eating our snacks because we're starving.
We're hungry. We're working out here.
They did feed us, and thank you very much, Showtime PBC. You fed us a beautiful spread. Thank you, Canelo. You know, it's
No
kind
food, no life. No food, no life.
That what she said. But
Hopefully,
that's something in my eye.
it would be really, it probably is good to have that addition in there because Derek is, getting a very top heavy stable with Spence and Charlo and Frank Martin,
Joshua.
and Anthony Joshua, Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
I wish Derek would take a little spin around here. We should text him.
I did, and he said he's going to gym.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry. This is what happens during live interviews.
Y'all
in
hang
my
in
eye.
there with us. Shout out to everybody who is rocking with us. I'm gonna take a quick spin around the room and see
Go
who's in
for
there
it.
to see
I'll go
who
chat
we.
with everyone.
Oh, okay. We can see who we. Or do you want to do the wrangling?
I can't even see right now. Hold on. I just put I stuff. So tomorrow, 11 a.m. is the press conference. So 12. We have something special to do tomorrow. So I'm going
Very
to see if I
special.
can get my hair and makeup done earlier so I can get here so we can go live. Let me text my hair and makeup girl now. So it's not too late.
There's my girl Sin.
Hi.
We are live streaming for
Yes,
Best
we are.
Women's Boxing Show, period. You know, here's the live stream. Ooh, oh,
Radio
join
Brand
us.
game.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
Come sit with us. We're live.
Yeah, we are.
If this person doesn't answer this call, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. And you know this guy, Radio Raheem, luminary podcast creator, fabulous conversations,
Let's go.
#1 reporter, seconds out. Get into it. Got the fly
One
ass
thing to eat.
porn
Oh, look
stash.
at Radio's face. I know it.
We got the trees, but we got my boy here. You know, I always y'all get off my boy. This is my boy right here.
Are they
Bam.
on your boy? I can't. I took my glasses off. No, I can't.
Well, they're not on you right now, but you know, I've always admired your calm under pressure. You are excellent at that, and I almost feel like
Why am
you
I
could
always
teach
under
that
pressure? That's the question.
because you ask the questions that people are scared to ask, and you ask it right in people's face. You don't wait and then tweet them later when you just talk to them like 10 minutes later. You can ask them. You ask the question right there that moment. So what is the zen, the calm? Where are you at in your brain when you're like, okay, I'm going to ask this thing, whether I get the reaction I want or not?
You know what? Let me mention that just a few moments ago in the Charlo interview, he talked about his maturity and how there was a time when he would be upset with reporters and be like, why is this MF in my face? Why is he talking to me? He's talking shit about me, this and that. And then always a scrub in which he says this. He's like Radio Raheem used to always talk shit about us. And, you know, I wouldn't talk to him and all this. But now I can't be mad at him. This is him saying that.
But
The
that's
thing
so
is
funny.
that I don't talk shit about anybody.
That's what I was just
don't
gonna
do any
say.
analysis or anything like this. So I think that people ascribe to me certain opinions that they're deducing from my questions, thinking that I'm making a statement. Well, I'm not doing that. I'm not. If I'm analyzing boxing, you'll know because I'm on the mic and the camera by myself. If I'm asking you questions about Jamel Charlo, and they seem derogatory towards Jamel, it's to elicit your feelings about those derogatory comments, or if you say something about him in the context of answering my question, those aren't my statements. These are questions that you're answering that he may not like the answer to, or may not like the way the question is posed, but they're to elicit an answer. So the first thing that is important is that the fighters and the fans understand that my questions are not indicative of my opinion. They're really about eliciting an answer from the person I'm talking to. And when I'm talking to a person who may need to address something uncomfortable or need to be asked a question that other people won't ask because they don't want to upset the person by asking them something uncomfortable, I do think that that is my unique charge because most people won't do it. And I put myself in the place of the fan. I want to know the answer. At least I want to know that you won't answer the question if that's the case. But if nobody puts it to you, maybe you got a good answer. It's just nobody's asking you.
Right.
Or maybe the truth that you don't want to speak would be accepted if you would speak it. And the audience who's buying the ticket, who's buying the pay-per-view, who's spending the time watching the build-up deserves to know what we're talking about. I'm not asking about your personal life or your sex life or things that are out of the context of boxing. I'm asking you about things that are relevant. So it's incumbent on the person who's being asked the question to give a response to relevant questions. So I'm asking what needs to be answered, whether it's uncomfortable or not. So I'm willing to put myself in an uncomfortable situation with the interviewee to get the question answered that is most pertinent to whatever fight is being had.
And remember, fighters or whomever the subject is can always say no comment.
No comment.
They can always say no comment. When you look at all the viral moments that you've had through these years of you doing this, is there one that you were like, damn, I really killed that? Like, is there one you reflect on, like, I want that lightning in a bottle moment?
Right.
Aside from the, you know,
I love
aside
you
from
too,
that
man.
one. Aside from that one.
I love you too, man. That's the one for me. You know, that's Logan Paul and I in Saudi.
Oh,
Well,
I
people
remember
think
that.
he was talking about his brother.
Oh,
Clearly, he was
talking
telling me
about
that he
you.
loves me. And, you know, people don't think that there's just a free-flowing energy between me and anyone I'm interviewing, that there is a mutual exchange of love in the moment because we are both, you know, respectful of each other and having a moment that maybe was caught on camera. But I still like to believe that he was talking to me. Why wouldn't you love Radio Raheem in a moment like that? You know, everyone's like he was talking to Jake. Well, I don't know that that's
We don't know that.
You know, we don't know. And why can't people just accept love? Why can't I just receive love when it's coming my way?
Spread love is the Brooklyn
You know,
way.
if anything, let's say you ever see like someone waving and then you wave and then you look back and they're waving at the person behind you.
You're like,
you know what though? It's like I caught that wave on the way to the person behind
They
me,
didn't get it,
and I waved back. So guess what? We had a moment.
Yeah, and they didn't get that wave
from me.
You can't take it. That was funny. You know, you were another viral sensation. It was. Which one was it? The heavyweights where you're interviewing him and came and hit him.
That was recently,
and I sent it to you.
Run it down for us.
What happened?
Well, okay, so just like I'm
you
talking,
just stepped back,
right? So
I loved it.
Like I'm talking to Fabio on this side, right? Yeah. And then the other guys on this side having an issue. So I'm kicking Fabio on the ankle, and I'm kicking this guy on the ankle underneath the interview. So they look at each other, they think they're kicking each other, and it kicks off. And so that's how I get these things popping.
He was the instigator. OMG.
So now we know the real tea. So you instigating these viral moments.
Yeah, I was like,
Jeandra,
you know what?
we're gonna start some shit.
As soon as they look at each other, I just step back.
Yeah,
it was perfect.
No. But what actually happened, I think this guy was having a dust up with one of his kind of teammates or entourage, whatever it was. And then really, Fabio just like looked to check and see what was popping, and he caught this guy in this moment that he was ready to go. And so
it's your fault that fight could have been called off because he got cut.
I know, but you know what? Stop wearing glasses inside. It's just like this is not.
He cut your wave.
Not safe.
He cut your wave.
You remember, like Caleb Plant got cut when it was because of the glasses.
Yes.
And this time it was because of the glasses that really cut him. And it wasn't even.
Why are you wearing glasses inside an auditorium?
That's what I'm saying. And it wasn't even the fighter who hit him.
It was outside.
It was a guy in the green hat, like another entourage member, hit Fabio. That's the one who actually hit him. So
it wasn't even the actual person who were tapping.
No, but
damn
you're right.
Entourage.
It can mess the money up. Go get the bag. Do that.
Imagine if they did an internal investigation and then they'd be like,
yeah.
I felt attacked.
We're gonna name Raheem in the class action lawsuit.
Something. I had to get something going. You know what I mean?
Leave there with something.
Yeah, I'm leaving with something.
So besides boxing, I always see you in the most random places with your bestie. You know who I'm talking about.
And y'all know who we talking.
Well, that hurt too. No, but I see you. You're in fabulous places.
You know what? I just came from Paris.
Oh, okay. Okay.
To
all right.
Las Vegas. And when I talk about a fabulous place, it wasn't the city. It was the opening night for Usher's residency.
Oh, okay.
Paris.
Oh, nice.
And it was incredible. I saw him in Vegas when that show's amazing. It's coming back to Vegas. And so I was like, Usher always puts on a great show. I'm definitely going to Paris if I can make it, which I did. But I was expecting to see something of what I saw in Las Vegas. No,
really different.
He stepped the game up, which is saying a lot because the game here is super tight.
He has to step it up because he's the for
Raheem's gonna bring us to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God! Thank you, Raheem.
Thank you.
Yes,
so happy.
Let's get your booty shorts and pasties ready. We come on it. We on the field.
I'm putting my best women's right here.
Caught up.
So when he booked the residency, he didn't have the Super Bowl, and the show he puts on in Paris is unique and different from what you see in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And I must say, again, a step up, which I couldn't have anticipated how he would manage that. So whatever he plans for the Super Bowl has to be epic. Like Usher don't miss. And the amount of energy that he puts forward, the production quality, his dancers, his engagement with the crowd. Like, I don't want to give anything away about his show, but he posts some of it. Like, he goes into the crowd. He does everything. Every second of the show is wildly entertaining. So I was in London at the time, so it wasn't that far a journey.
I've been in Inglewood this whole time, y'all. I've been in Inglewood this entire time.
So I had to do it. So it was Sunday was the opening, and I took a Eurostar train from London to Paris. Then the show's on an island, right?
Oh.
So I had to take a ferry from main Paris to the island where the place is at.
Little Paris.
Yeah.
Big Paris and Little Paris.
Pee Wee Perry. Watched the show, loved it. Took a ferry back that night. Took a train at 7 a.m. back to London. Then took a train from the Pancras station to Brixton, which is where I was staying the whole time I was in London. I spent like 3 weeks in Brixton, which is like the Brooklyn or the Oakland.
Brixton, stand up.
London. Love it. Like
Demand them.
I
Demand
was returning
them.
to my childhood in Oakland. Like I like Brixton's now my home. Like you know what I mean? I rep hard.
Okay.
But
Ping ting
it
up
took me
there.
24 hours of consecutive travel to get to Las Vegas from the time I left Paris. I left Paris at like 7:30 in the morning, and by the time I got to Las Vegas airport, it was 8:30 in the morning the following day in Paris.
You were in Paris when I was talking to you the other day?
Yes.
Well, damn.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So it was well worth it. That was maybe one of the most fun trips I've had, and I mean the whole.
You went by
'cause
yourself?
Yeah. I started in Manchester for Eubank Smith 2, or I guess Smith Eubank 2, which is now probably Eubank Smith if it's 3.
Yeah.
And I spent a week in Manchester, 3 weeks in Brixton, night in Paris, and now a week, the undisputed in Vegas.
Since you're an Oakland-born guy, what do you think? So they just announced that the Devin Haney Regis Prograis fight is going to be in San Francisco. San Francisco is not Oakland; it's the Bay Area.
Right, but Oakland's gonna pull up.
Oh,
that's
we know
gonna be
that.
an Oakland fight in the Bay.
Well, do you like that? Do you like that fight? Does Oakland really? Does Oakland? I mean, it's a great fight. Does Oakland ride like that? Oakland ride.
Hello,
they
they ride the
across
Raiders.
that bridge.
Yeah, they do.
And pull up for this fight. Like both of these guys, I like a lot. I like the energy they bring to the ring. I think it's going to be a bit of a grudge match. They don't get on well. It's this one is going to be personal. I love that it's in the Bay Area because I think both of them have something of a Bay Area energy, and that they rep their hometown. Regis, being from New Orleans,
Creole stand
and repping that. I think Devin Vegas coming in the Bay, neutral territory, but with that hometown energy that they bring. And the fight is going to be, I think, tremendous. I think these guys are well matched. People don't give Devin Haney the credit I believe he deserves for the type of challenges he's been taking, fight after fight after fight, getting better, learning, continuing to take on challenges. People don't really rate Regis Prograis, I think, in the way that he should be rated. He's not really a star in the sport in the way that he could be. And if he is successful December 9th, that might be the rocket ship he needs to hop on to stardom. Yeah. So, both of these guys know this hangs in the balance, and I think we're going to see that play out in that ring on December 9th.
The same night is Teofimo Lopez.
Oh,
I saw that at MSG.
Who's he fighting?
I don't know.
It's so annoying.
I'd rather see
I was
the
like,
Haney
really?
Prograis fight.
I hate it.
And there's
But then-
something else because remember, Prograis wanted to change the fight date, or
Right.
was it the other,
Well, he did. Yeah, right. Prograis, I think, didn't want to change the fight
No,
date. He
because
said the fight
of
was set.
because of some college. I think there was
something
a game,
big was happening the same night.
Wait, on the 9th.
Whatever day they were, I remember them
Originally.
arguing back and forth.
Right. So
about it.
originally, I think it was Prograis saying that we got this date locked in. Don't try to change it
and
on
then
me.
they wanted to change
And
it.
then they ended up changing it. Yeah. But I think the new date works better for me because that fight was also on a bad date. It was like counter-programmed by something.
Well,
Wasn't it this fight?
What?
Wasn't the original date the 30th of September? Was it? It was this fight that was like gonna be
We're
up
gonna have to
against.
see. Well, if I'm gonna go, we have to take a picture. You from the Bay, I'm Creole, so we'll just take a picture like next to the fight poster together.
Oh yes. So that's right. Yeah. So stand up, Bay Area. I'm coming home. We're gonna do this one live, and in fact, we're gonna take it right across that bridge and get it on for the pugilist science.
This sounds like a Diddy album.
Are
Last
you-
train to Paris. I'm coming
Right?
home.
Yeah.
Give him a check.
You are besties with Dave Chappelle. I always see you with him. you. Well, I don't always see you. I saw you at a party with him, and I remember my best friend's like, "That's Dave Chappelle." I'm like, "Oh," and I was like, "Wait, I know you." Radio Room. It was for Amir's. It was for the Roots.
Oh,
I saw it was like 3-4 years ago in LA. It was some kind of party. I don't remember. And he was just like, "Oh, it's just gonna be a sampling something." So I'm in like gym clothes, and I noticed. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's like a full-on club party." I'm thinking,
Dave Chappelle knows how to throw a party.
and-
Like if you ever have the opportunity to go to any party that
I'm
he
free.
has anything to do with, pull
I'm
up.
free. I'm
Right.
free.
Like,
Let me tell you about your boy Dave Chappelle. You might already know the answers. I went to Napa for
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
festival. I wasn't at the fight.
I remember I
Crawford
told him.
Spence. Dave sleeves up the phones for the main stage like he does a show. If you've gone to a show, you got to put your phone in the sleeve, but they didn't take my Apple Watch. So I'm like, please send me round by rounds. So Nas is headlining that night, and we're waiting for Dave to come out to introduce Nas. Dave was in the back watching the fight. He didn't even come out and introduce Nas.
let's go.
Nas just walked out and
go.
started performing, and then Dave came stumbling out like, "Oh, yeah, oh, my bad. I was in the
He's a
back."
huge fight fan. Like, you know, but he was pulling double duty that night. He's a fight fan at heart, and then also hosting the best jazz
It was
50th
beautiful.
anniversary
That's
of hip hop
amazing.
festival that will ever be. Like that festival, both years now have been just incredible. Like I'm not even a festival guy, but that stuff, I was heartbroken to have missed it. But you know,
That festival
I had
made
to
me
be
want to
here.
move to Napa. I got to
Do
get
this
my
thing.
coins up because I want to retire up
You
there.
know,
I love it.
the
beautiful.
Blue Note in New York
Oh yeah.
is
The jazz,
venue
yeah.
to pull up at. Like if you are at
Beautiful
the
there.
Teofimo fight or something in December, take one of the Friday before after the weigh-in, go to the Blue
I
Note.
used to go
No matter
there
what's
when I
there,
lived
it's
there.
always
It's so beautiful,
fire.
so good. You just like some random people that they're all hidden gems. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I'm
oh.
going to New York at the end of next month.
Oh yeah,
so
you
I'm gonna
do.
have
You
to
should.
do it.
It's beautiful.
Blue
It's,
Note. Let me make
it's a
myself
fun one.
a note right
And
now.
while we're on the subject of dope things that I do,
What you do?
Run it for us.
Run it.
Sam J, the comedian, has a special that just dropped on the 23rd
On where? Not Netflix.
on Max,
Ooh,
HBO.
Okay.
It's called Salute Me or Shoot Me. I'm a producer
Okay.
on it,
Oh, congratulations!
come on, Ryan.
and I'm
Giving you
very
flowers.
proud of this special.
Oh.
She is killing
When
the
did
game.
when does
We
it come
watch
out?
It's out. It
Oh,
came
we're
out
watching it tonight.
on the
Okay.
We'll watch it
23rd.
tonight.
Oh,
So
wait.
it's been out almost a week.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So if you have the opportunity to pull up Max,
Absolutely.
No, we will.
check Sam J's special out. I'm telling you,
Boy,
It's
I
what
got Max on my
you wanna
phone.
do.
You know
Where's
what?
my
Let's put
Max?
something on the social right now. Give us the rundown on Sam J's special.
Sam J's special has dropped on Max HBO. Salute me or shoot me. If you don't belly laugh, you can shoot me. I'm
Okay.
telling you, this special is the one. Let's go.
Oh,
All right,
this is
we're on it.
awesome.
I need to review it. I should do a review
Yes.
of it for
This
rolling
is
out.
my producing debut for a comedy special, and I couldn't be more proud of the work. She's the one.
I'm proud of you because you hilarious as hell. You've made me laugh a bunch of times.
I
So
know.
I couldn't think of a better producer. I love that for you.
All
Good
right.
stuff.
Let
Congratulations.
me get back to work
You
with
go.
these Canelos and Charlos and see if we can get a fight on here Saturday night.
For sure.
You understand? And every time we have a fight and you're not there, you are sorely missed.
I know.
So
I was
let's
like, where's my
stop.
other half?
I know. I
doing
just need a couple coins so I don't have to be missing stuff.
Well, you know what I mean? Let's get the
Yeah.
Fund Me fight page going.
Yeah.
Or if you've got a brand like one of our sponsors here, Spring Break Watches,
Yes.
you know, let
you,
it, you know.
you fund her. If you have a brand, pull up, put your brand in a little spot right here.
Don't you have
And let's
brands
get
that have
Jeandra at the
alcohols
fight.
That would love to
Yes.
sponsor a female podcast or anything.
Yeah,
Or a product.
Or
they got
product.
water or
Doesn't have to
something.
be
You
alcohol.
put it in the shot, you know,
Anything.
one off, you know,
Close.
I
anything.
mean, you heard it here first.
That's
Ladies.
right.
I want all the pasty companies to have reviewed.
I'm not mad. I mean, our
this
audience is
episode. I
90%
believe
male.
we got a
Right?
commitment from both ladies.
There we go.
Oh, hell
Pull
no. I mean, man.
Pull up
Okay.
So wait, it's
and pull out.
ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
All right, crazy man.
Oh my
but
God, here
yes,
you go.
Sam J's special on Max.
Let-
Radio Raheem is a producer. Go watch
That's
it.
awesome.
Support. That
Oh,
is
shit, sorry,
really
guys.
amazing. I'm really proud of us. We have been really getting it cracking with this
I
live stream. We got
know.
folks passing by. I've seen Sam J perform before. She is hilarious. I've seen her on some other thing. Look at my boy. Come on,
Oh,
Raheem.
here, the salute me or shoot,
Or shoot me. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Ah, that
for
would be
sure.
fun.
For
Okay.
sure. Let's see who else is up in here.
I don't even know. Well, remember, this is a. Oh, you want to put
Both of us with our
that-
mics.
Sorry, guys. Maybe. Let me ask him.
Let's join us. So yes, thank you everybody for tuning in. We are now 1 hour and 38 minutes into this version of the live stream. We appreciate you rocking with us. Thank you to everybody who has joined us so far. Radio Raheem, Kelly Swanson, Brian Custer, Mauricio Suleiman, Brittany Goosen Brown. Salute to everybody. Our beautiful lady from Fight TV who have joined us on the live stream so far. Thank you for your continued support of the Best Women's Boxing Show. Period. We have some terrific things that are coming. We are growing, we are elevating, and we have some big news that we're going to be announcing probably within the next couple weeks. So stay tuned to that. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Holborn Adams. We appreciate you. Congratulations to you, Adam, on your new merger. Shout out to Spring Break Watches. Congratulations to you. You continue to grow, to thrive. Spring Break Watches, you can find them in Macy's, Nordstrom's. They have terrific watches. And oh boy, we got the boss man in the building, Stephen Espinosa of Showtime. Thank you. Thank you for joining
Absolutely.
us. We
I
appreciate
I told you at some point I would do the show, and now I'm a man of my word.
Here we are. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. We are here. We have almost to the finish line of another big major event, a big year of big fights for Showtime. So, what are you feeling right now? Another one is getting ready to go under the belt.
Okay, at this point, it starts to relax a little bit. Like at this point, there's not much left for us to do. The marketing's out there, the shows are produced. I mean, we still got to set up in the arena, but this is when a lot of us get to start enjoying the event. I mean, there's still a lot of PR to do, but this is, it starts to feel real. Like, again, like 8 weeks ago, this event didn't exist. It was just an idea. So this is when, for people in sport, it's like it starts to pay off. You're like, okay, no, I haven't slept in 8 weeks. This is now, I understand why. Now okay, it's worth it.
We asked Brittany Goosen, and I want to hear what you have to say. When we all thought it was going to be Jamal, and when it was announced, everyone's like, I think it's a typo. That's Jamal. I mean, everyone.
It's a good
and
question.
I even had to look back in my Twitter. I'm like, did I tag the right person? Because I wasn't sure. But how far off was it when Jamal was not going to fight? Whose idea said, why don't we put the little brother? I mean, he's an undisputed champion, but in a different weight class, 2 weight classes below. Was that always an option, or was it like maybe a David Benavidez of a fight that we always wanted to see?
It's a good question.
I
have to go back. I'm not sure I could tell you who came up with it, but I think when we first started having discussions with Canelo, it was about the pool of talent. It wasn't, okay, you're going to fight this guy, then this guy, this guy. It was, look at all the guys, and there was more general conversation. You got the Charlos, you got Andre, you got Benavidez, you have David Morrell, you have Plant. There's a whole rich, deep pool of guys, and others as well. So, it became clear, that Jamal wasn't going to be ready. Look, we all go through things in life, and sometimes the timing isn't right. He wouldn't have been at his best. And look, they've both been talking trash for years. We know that. So I think it was just made sense. So that the only question was, would the public buy it?
Yeah.
And we had the marketing hook, which is undisputed, which is the first time that's happened. And then you start, pointing out, well, look at him. He's taller, he's longer. He's not going to look like the smaller guy. So there was really no reason not to do it.
I've been enjoying watching the All Access episodes, episode 1 and 2. They've been received really popular. Last time I checked, they're both over, 1 million views and continuing to grow. And just seeing the common threads between the two of them, both being family men, both being excited about the fight, both saying they're in the best shapes of their life, both being undisputed. What are they like when the cameras are off? When you have to kind of corral them, not corral them, but okay, today we have to accomplish this. What are those two men like when the lights are dim?
Um, Another good question. So, you know, I think a lot of people have the Charlos wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they read the Charlos energy as anger and aggressiveness when it's just energy. I mean, yeah, sure, they can be angry and they've gotten some incidents, but overall, they're just high energy guys. Like they're excitable, and they're fun, and at times they're passionate. So I think the irony here is, I think Jamel's gotten to a place where he's more comfortable with all of it, and he's just sort of more even keeled, and he's let us in with his family. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. Even Canelo's never really given access to his wife and his family.
I was shocked his wife spoke. It was beautiful.
And she was really articulate and had really, in a small amount of time, made a big contribution to the show. So I think this is one, like, these guys are easy. They're both professionals. They both, understand the need to do this. I mean, yes, it gets old, and at a certain point, you just want the cameras out of there. But, there's plenty of good stuff. These are two guys who really deep, rich characters.
And lastly, we would not be good journalists, and you can answer this with a lot of rumors. It's all around. Showtime Boxing is allegedly going out of business. It would be sad, and if it goes on pay-per-view, fine. We still get big fights. Showtime has been putting on tremendous fights. Kelly Swanson said it earlier. There are as many fights, but they're the best fights because they're the best fighting the best. What is going on with boxing and Showtime for 2023 and going forward?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we've been as busy this year as any. This will be our 20th event. We probably will do 2 or 3 events more. So we'll end up with 23 events from Showbox all the way through pay-per-view. And like I said on stage a while ago, we've been averaging 26 a year for the last 6 years. So, usually, and that's about right. It basically means every 2 weeks you have something to watch as a boxing fan. And so we're really proud of what we've done to continue keeping the industry thriving. Look, in terms of going forward, it gets tiring. We've been hearing this since 2018. And we all know who's been spreading it, primarily. Sometimes it's random guys on Twitter. Sometimes it's, competitors. And the reality is we just respond the same way we always have, which is, not going to take a lot of time to spend time debating everyone.
You prove them with big fights, time and time again.
I mean, and that's what we do. That's our response is, keep your head down and continue making big fights. Everybody knows that the media industry is going through changes. I mean, you can see that. You can see layoffs at every company. And the reality, who knows what the future holds. But, as long as we still have the opportunity, we're going to keep doing the big fights. I mean, the mysterious part of the whole thing to me that doesn't make sense. I know there are people who don't like me or don't like some portion of what we're doing or don't like Heyman or PBC. The reality is, if this ends, I don't understand anyone who's a boxing fan celebrating it.
Right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Because it
That
right
means
now,
less.
right now, ESPN and Showtime are the most active, supporting the sport. You lose one of them. I mean, look, there'll be others that pop up. It's not certainly the end of the sport or the end of the opportunity. But anytime you lose someone with sort of the integrity and I think the experience and the commitment, the support of the sport that we've had for 37 years, it's a negative thing. I'm not saying that's going to happen. That's a puzzling thing.
It's sad.
It's like, yay, Showtime's finally gone. Okay.
I'd be like, let me start a GoFund, okay? We need to keep boxing thriving and alive. Doesn't matter how, but you guys have put such incredible fights that everyone talks about, and for years on later, we're always going to be talking about those legendary fights.
Yeah, and really, look, I'm not writing the eulogy now. It certainly is. We've got a lot of work left to do, and no one's told us anything to the contrary. But in the long run, the sport always survives.
Yeah.
And it's a resilient sport. There's a really passionate fan base. The business is healthier than people will have you believe. And again, there are a number of detractors out there who want you to believe that the sport does not do well, that the sport is struggling. And that's the way they build their business. That's not the truth. I mean, you guys are in the arena. It is a young crowd. It's multi-ethnic. It's multi-generational. They have money and they spend it. And that is the biggest sign of health. When you look at those crowds who follow these events, it's as young, as multi-ethnic, and as affluent as any other sport out there.
All right, Stephen, I know we took up some of your time, but I just want to close out. I remember I kept telling you, I go, you're going to have to be on our show. We kept saying it. And now we're actually live streaming for our first time in Radio Row. We've been doing this for 14, 15 years in total at least. And now I'm going to put it out there. We're going to end up doing one of your pay-per-views as your hostesses, just like them over there. We're putting it out there, Jeandra.
Exactly.
WBS.
We're going to start off on YouTube as one of the affiliate shows, and then work our way up to the
We'll
desk.
speak it into existence.
There you go.
All
right. Thank you, Stephen. We
great to
appreciate
talk to
you
you.
guys. Go
Thank you.
enjoy.
Great. All right, good.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, see,
Thank
and
you.
he's the one that put the rumor him and Tom Brady was not. Now is it Odell Beckham? Oh, the smile says it all.
I'm gonna go.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Well, that was a great conversation with him.
Yeah, we are really getting down here. Shout out to whoever these two people are currently
I know.
on the
Thank you,
stream.
Jesus and Malik. No, Steve Kim is not here. I don't know if he's gonna go. I'm not sure. I don't think he's gonna come to this fight. But I have to eat something.
Yeah, I think we're pretty empty right now. If we want to shut the stream down, you want me to take a glance around to see if anyone is still here? Holla at the people. Let me see who's still in here.
No, Jim Lampley's right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's with Arash. Maybe we can ask. We can ask when he's done because he's talking to the Sporting Tribune. But
As we're shoving shit around.
I know. Sorry, we apologize for eating.
We're working,
We're
y'all.
working. We're drinking agua. Promise, it is water.
It is water.
Because we're not allowed to drink in the media room. Cheers. Thank you for the gift. Oh, let me give you my gift to you. Since this was my gift, or her gift to me.
Yes. See, my ass just, adding to the debauchery. Just a more covert way of chilling. But man, I've been having a really great time. I arrived here this morning and we are excited to be
The beautiful
my sweet
journal.
twin brain gave me this beautiful journal that has messaging on it.
Yeah.
And I gave her a wine glass with a lid.
Oh, you know what? I love it.
I know.
You know me.
We need it. So, the best part about this is it has a lid so that if we have them, as you can see, it's just water.
It's just water.
If we tip it over, it's
don't
not going to spill.
Unless
so we love that.
well, mine is open. So yeah. But yeah, did my makeup lady text me back? And she has about one. Yes, I can do 7 a.m. She can. So my makeup can work. So I can do my makeup at 7 a.m. 7, 8 to 9.
Remind me of what I was told about availability of streaming tomorrow.
Clean. You have food on that side. For here.
Yes. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Do you have food still?
We're hungry, y'all.
Yeah, we hungry. But maybe should we just jump? I don't know. I mean, we could try to get Lampley. We can ask. I can ask. I don't know, because he could be very, very selective.
I think
He might.
I haven't seen a lot of people talking to him, so.
Yeah, I mean, he just did get in here, but I can ask him. I can ask, what is his name? His PR. But I can always ask. I don't know. Let me ask.
We could always do a stand-up,
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean,
We'll see.
But it's Jim Lampley's back. He was the voice of HBO Boxing, or one of the voices, excuse me. And for him, he's going to be doing the ppv.com live stream.
Yes.
So that he's even said it's something very different to him. He's not calling a fight. So for him to be in the media room, to be on our side, wow, it's wild.
What was who used to say that all the time? Was it Spence?
What?
Who used to say when tables turn? So he used to say that a long time ago before he was the big fish. I remember he used to say that a lot, and I just respect our journey and what we've been able to accomplish. And I think about the olden days when the traditional institution, we were like bloggers, and
Yeah,
YouTube,
and
blah, blah, blah,
and now,
tables turn.
welcome to the world of blogging, YouTubers.
Welcome to 2023.
Yeah.
And beyond.
Yeah, it's like Gen Z, S,
whatever,
adults.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, but I guess I don't know. I mean, I feel like the minute we get off, they'd be like, woof.
Yeah, I mean, we mess around. We're gonna sign off and like language like Charlo or Canelo or something come up in here, but probably not. They're probably doing a big media obligation. Charlo is probably having the time of his life. He lose no weight. He's probably doing all the media right now.
Right, but he can't. He has to be on a good weight. Like he can't just be eating, ribs all day, all night.
McRibs and fries.
Like he did say that in the All Access that he stuff that he misses are like certain foods, and he can't eat it because he can't be fat. Like
right.
It has to be a
good weight,
a healthy weight. So for people who are like, he can gain weight. He's not a heavyweight. Like heavyweights can just eat whatever they want.
But bison and rice and hummus and broccoli.
That
stuff
so
like that.
Good
That
right
fun.
now. I'm hungry. I think maybe just we're hungry because we've just been.
Yeah, it's 4:00. I've been up since 5:30. I left LA early.
Let me just ask if you would do a live stream. Let me ask.
Okay. So in the meantime, shout out to the 3 of you who have been watching. There's been more of you in and out. We appreciate you rocking with us here with the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. Of course, I'm Jeandra LaBeouf. Thank you so much for everybody who's tuning in. Make sure you follow our individual social media accounts. Cynthia Conti, of course, she is the Real Fight Girl on YouTube. Follow our individual YouTubes. My YouTube is Jeandra is here, and you can follow me on all the social. If you find Jeandra LaBeouf, that is me, and we appreciate all the support. And of course, follow Best Women's Boxing Show, period, on all of our things. What's for dinner? I don't know yet. Cynthia and I will probably do our traditional thing that we always do on fight days after we wrap a day of filming. So we'll probably have a little dinner. We have a spot here that we like to go to. We have some things that we need to celebrate because we got some big news coming. So we're super excited about that. Let me just take an opportunity again to thank our sponsors, Holborn Adams, who are the providers of our laptops. We appreciate you very, very much. Spring Break Watches, thank you for the lovely watches. Make sure you visit them on their website. This stands for Spring Break. And if you can find their watches in store at Nordstrom's, Macy's, lots of other different places. Shout out to my braider. Do y'all like this? Cute. Shout out to my girl Natasha who hooked up my braids, who as usual, and I'm happy to be here with my twin brain. She's out wrangling to see if we can get at least one more interview before we wrap today's live stream. So for those of you who are watching the fight, salute to you, Jesus, who said he's going to go to see the fight in the theater. Let us know how you are watching the fight. You have options. Fight TV is offering it. If you're not a Showtime customer, you can get it through Fight TV, you can get it through DirecTV, you can get it through ppv.com. They are offering options. Of course, the fight costs different depending on where you live. Here in the continental United States, or the whole United States, not just the continental, it is $84.95 for the high def live stream. If you are in Germany or someplace else, it may cost less. If you want to fly to Germany just so you can pay less for the live stream, you may do so. But just know in the United States, it is $84.95.
No, we won't. I won't. Right here. Right in the middle.
It's Chris Algieri.
Chris Algieri, the
Wow.
Fighter Diet. Who did we talk to about his book?
Someone recently was talking about meals, and we recommended you to them.
Freddie Rojas.
Yes.
He's a chef.
Oh,
Well,
great.
he's a trained chef
Yes.
for 6 or 7 years, and we were talking about you. I go, he has a cookbook. He's like, he
Fighter's
does?
Kitchen.
Yeah, a Fighter's Kitchen. Yeah.
Fighter's Kitchen.
So yeah, we just talked about you.
I know a lot of fighters who actually who use it. People reach out on Instagram quite a bit. Hey man, or I see them in person like, oh, I use your book to make weight.
Your food. Every time I look at your Instagram, like it's always a big piece of. What kind of steak are you meat? What?
Usually ribeye. I'm a big fan of ribeye. Everyone's
Me
following a
too.
New York strip steak or a hanger steak. Whatever looks good and at the butcher, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make it.
Do you cook in butter?
Butter, yes. Butter,
God
sometimes
bless you.
beef tallow.
God bless you.
Beef tallow.
It's beef tallow.
It's basically like beef fat,
Oh, okay.
animal fat. I don't use oils for really anything, but just extra virgin olive oil. But when I'm cooking, I'm usually using some kind of animal fat, butter, beef tallow, lard, which is pork fat.
Yeah.
But
You're making us hungry.
When I think of Chris Algieri's cooking, I think back to HBO was doing the what was the HBO? Not all
24/7.
24/7, and you were cooking that lechon. Before I'm like, I want some of that, some lechon.
Yeah,
Tweet him and tell him to cook it for us.
That was a tradition we did for my brother's birthday that we would get a pig, we roast it all day and spend time with
looking
family.
good.
It was
That's
good.
nice.
That was always a lot of fun.
Okay, so we're on Radio Row, and we are here for a very big fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the fight we thought, but it's going to be a very intriguing fight. It's going to still be it. I think someone's getting knocked out.
I can see it.
Do you agree? Okay.
I can see it.
Calvin Ford said someone's getting knocked out when they did the trainer roundtable. What are your thoughts on this? What does Charlo need to do in order to win this undisputed titles?
I mean, Charlo, he has all the skill and the technique. He's one of the finest prototypical boxer punchers in the game today. I mean, he does everything right. His hand technique is fantastic. His punch technique is great. His fundamentals are there. He's extremely smooth with his in and out. His 1-1-2, his double jab right hand, is one of the smoothest in boxing today. He seemed to have found power in the second half of his career. And I talk about this all the time. A lot of times power is not just genetics. It's not just what you're born with. It's also your mentality. And I believe that's been the major difference with Charlo. I think he always had the power. He always had the punch. He hurt guys a lot. But now he follows up, and he looks to really finish guys and get them out of there. He's got bloodlust now. That's what he does not need in this fight. I think he needs to fight a disciplined fight. He needs to use boxing skills, use that footwork. Like I said, he's got that shifty in and out. He's got that quick 1-1-2. If he can frustrate Canelo, keep him busy using that lead hand, because Mel has a fantastic left hand.
Yeah.
Very, very good jab. He keeps his opponent's hands busy, keeps him at home. He can do that with Canelo. And we've seen him have trouble with jabbers before. Triple G, Bivol, and also guys with shifty in and out. Bivol especially. So he has all the tools to get the victory. It's just, I always think about the size. We have weight classes for a reason. 2 weight classes is a lot. 1's a lot. 2 is a whole lot, especially against a guy like Canelo. So either way, I think we're going to have a fantastic fight, especially early on. I think it's going to be very, very competitive.
With moving up to those 2 weight classes, especially someone who knows a lot about food and healthy eating and those things, people say, oh, it's nothing, you just eat. So, you just put some more weight on it. It's not that simple. What is the process like for a smaller person to put on healthy weight for something like this?
And still keep power.
Yes, and speed.
Yes.
And endurance. So you got to think of a fighter's body as a high performance vehicle, right? It's like a race car, or a Formula One, really. So you got to have high horsepower, right? You got to have power, you got to have drive, but you got to keep the weight low as well. So if any weight that you're going to pack on, you would want it to be muscle, right? So it's functional. He didn't have enough time for that. There's not enough time for him to properly put on lean tissue. So he's not going to be like a 168 version of himself at 154. He's not going to be as lean. He's going to have to, he's going to be a little heavier, might be a little fluffier, not quite as lean and as tight. But I don't think he needs to gain that much weight for this fight. This fight, he doesn't need to be the power puncher. He doesn't need to be that guy. Like I said, he needs to fight a disciplined fight. He needs to be able to move. I think lighter is better. And I think Derek James has been alluding to that, not wanting him to really go all the way up to the weight. Listen, we see him standing against Canelo. Jamel's a big guy. He's tall. He's got wide shoulders. He's got a lot of muscle on him. So for him, it's going to be more of him not just cutting weight like he normally does to make 54 and whittle himself down. So he's going to be more natural. And he needs to use that natural athleticism, that physical strength that he already has. And hopefully, if he's going to be successful, his gas tank and endurance will still be there even at a higher weight.
Can Jamal take Canelo's power to the punch?
You know, Canelo's not a one-punch guy. He's a break you down kind of guy. He puts a lot of physical pressure on you. I think it's going to be more if he's going to be able to deal with the body punches. But Canelo's also good at hitting your shoulders.
Yeah,
and
that's
your
what
arms
he's
and
to
your
drop
hip
your
bones.
hands.
He'll hit whatever he can touch because he's physically strong enough to do that. So really, it's going to be is Jamel going to be able to deal with the pressure, both physical and the power and the punching power over the rounds. And I think a lot of that is not letting Canelo get too close, keep that distance, keep that range, just keep him on the end of that stick. But yeah, it's I don't know.
So who do you have?
I got Canelo.
By knockout? Or
I think he's going to take over in the second half of the fight, and and I think it's going to be competitive early. I think Jamel's athleticism, his boxing skills, his footwork, all those things I said earlier are going to be enough to frustrate Canelo early. But Canelo, I'm thinking like the Caleb Plant fight, where it's very competitive early on, and then he just starts to close the distance, and that pressure adds up. Another thing is when you're fighting Canelo, it's always the biggest fight of your career.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest fight for Canelo.
Right.
This is not his first.
It's another day.
it's another fight, and he acts that way. You see the way he is at these pressers. So that's another thing. You know, Jamel being out of the ring for so long, coming out of that gap in activity against the biggest fighter he's ever fought, against the biggest stage he's ever been on. But listen, this is boxing. Man. This is why we fight. Anything can happen.
We've been asking some of our guests that we've had today about fights that Charlo can look at to prepare for Canelo and vice versa. Brian Custer thought the Arislandi Lara was a good fight for him to watch just because for the same reason, the busyness and is there a fight in particular that you think, or even just looking at Floyd fighting Canelo, and Floyd was fighting the bigger man in that instance too, and he too did not go up in weight tremendously to fight Canelo. So what is a fight, in your opinion, that is a benefit for Charlo to look at, to have looked at?
I would say Bivol and Floyd. Not as much a Lara because southpaw. It's got that Cuban style. He's a lot shiftier in terms of his upper body, changing levels, getting low. It's hard to get to the body. Jamel fights taller, fights more straight up, which is how Bivol fights. Floyd's a little more shifty than that, but with Floyd, you really just got to focus on his jab. I would say the Triple G fights as well. Good jabbers tend to give Canelo trouble, and Jamel's a good jabber. So I would say the Triple G fight. Floyd more because of the mentality of Canelo, because he showed in that fight that frustration, and you could see it on him, and you could see his body language change in that fight. So I think psychologically the Floyd fight would be a good one to study, but I think technically the Triple G fights and then the Bivol fight. And Bivol more so because Jamel can't fight like Bivol, the in and out. I don't think anybody can.
Yeah.
Doing that for 12 rounds is so difficult. He's a very, very difficult guy to fight. But just the idea of that little push and pull, which Jamel can do well. He pulls straight back well. Makes the guy reach, and then he comes back. Blah, 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 blah. So I think that can be something that he can take from that fight. And also just the busyness, where something Bivol did that I thought was very smart, he didn't overcommit. Because Canelo loves when you overcommit, because he wants to come back to that left hook. He wants you to throw, he's got that high guard, and then he's coming with that left hook. Bivol just long.
Yep.
Kept busy with that left hand. Boom, 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 picked the spots. Didn't overwork himself. And I think if Jamel can take a page out of that, that can be really beneficial.
Awesome. Wow, this is it's so fascinating to keep breaking it down, because everyone says Jamel is going to have to, Canelo will try to get him out in the beginning rounds, and then Jamel will come in the later rounds. That's when he gets busier. You said the opposite. So now, I'm really curious what their game plans are going to be, but the game plan that Jamel has to follow is
That's the word.
Because we were saying at the biggest stage of his life, he's going to get excited. You want to put on a show. Honestly, Jamel, if you're listening, this is the show. You're already walking into the ring. You don't need to put on a show. Just put on a beautiful boxing class. What's that? Boxing
Exhibition.
Yeah, master class. Yeah, and that's what you need to do. Make it look like a Bivol fight. Canelo looked almost like an amateur compared to Bivol.
Bivol put it on it.
I mean, those two fights, it was Floyd and Bivol where he really shut down.
Yeah. All right. And then lastly, real fast, because I know you have your own podcast. Devin Haney and Regis Prograde was announced. Great fight. who wins this? I mean, it's one of those. If one's a boxer, one's a brawler.
Yeah, I mean, it's who can make the fight their fight. That's going to be a battle of real estate. On the outside, I think we saw in Progre's last fight when he fought Zodia that he has trouble with boxers with his counter punches, and that's where I think that Team Haney looked at that and they were like, "You take that fight now," and they did. And I think all the things that were giving Progre trouble in that Zodia fight, Haney does much better. So, but is that just enough for Progre? If Progre can get him into a dogfight, Progre's got the power, he's got the physicality, he's got the durability. So yeah, it's all about who can enact their game plan. And again, it's going to come down to that word, discipline. Who can fight their fight round after round? We've seen him do that before, and we've seen Progre too drag guys into dogfights. So I think it's a great matchup. I'm not going to say who's going to win yet. It's one of those fights we got to get closer to. We got to keep analyzing what we have with these, but I think it's a great fight. I tip my hat to both guys. They're both taking a big chance.
Who eventually wins Shakur, Devin? Whenever that fight ever happens, that's like a mythical matchup at this point.
Yeah, maybe 5 years from now.
I'm a Shakur guy. I think he beats everyone.
I say the same.
I think Shakur. If you look at the top pound for pound fighters historically, they all have great defense. It's always the guys who have the greatest defense in the sport. And Shakur is that guy. How do you beat a guy you can't hit?
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. I got Shakur over everybody.
What did you think of Hitchin? Hitchin.
Yep.
What did you think of his performance? Because everyone was like, it's boring, but hey, when it's a boxing, when it's one of those kinds of fights, it's masterful. It's beautiful because it's not, there's no knockouts. It's just I'm showing you my skill, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, I love those kind of fights. I'm a boxer. I'm a boxing purist. I like that kind of stuff. It's that was a shame because I was like, they're both my guys. Like I sparred with Sean Zabeta. He was my sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao. So I had him in camp for like 5 weeks.
Zabeta is
he's a beast.
Him and Progre, I worked that fight. Good lord, he wouldn't go down. I'm like, oh my God. I've never seen so much blood from these two guys.
Super, super tough guy. He's been in with so many.
I have no water, Aubrey. I have
There's
a
no
lot
water
of
in this whole place.
I didn't realize that.
I'm really glad I brought water.
I know, me too.
Sorry about
We
that.
have snacks,
okay.
but you're too healthy.
Yeah,
For
Right.
well, that's also going to make me drier. But yeah, I was, like I said, Zapata's my guy. I trained with Richardson in Brooklyn. I sparred both guys dozens and dozens of times. But yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that was how it was going to go. Zapata's a little long in the tooth at this point. Stylistically, that was a tough matchup. And the size. Hitchens is a really big 40-pounder. He's tall, he's long. And Zapata was a 35-pounder for much of his career. He's recently moved up, had really good success at 40. But he's just never been that size guy.
Yeah, it was tough. All right, Chris. Well, I'll let you go find some water. Good luck finding water. I'm surprised that there's not
I want to find some
jug.
of this Canelo.
Oh,
is this booze?
Yeah, booze. They had Celsius.
Oh, it's liquor.
Yeah, that's why they weren't giving it to us.
I thought it was an energy drink. I mean, that's a different kind of
It's
energy.
Viva Mexico Cabrones.
Oh, so that's so loaded. He's all bullying it out. I'm like, oh, can I have one of those? I'm like, why can't I have an energy drink?
Yeah, no.
I thought it was like,
no, the one that was here was Celsius.
and I thought that's why they couldn't give it out. Like, can't have Coke and Pepsi
No,
in
the
the
guy
same
that
place.
was rolling
Oh,
the little,
it's liquor.
It's liquor.
You gotta find that
You
guy.
think he's gonna give an energy drink? He'll put energy plus alcohol. I would do
I
that.
want this. I
Four
want
logos
this.
again.
I want this Paloma and maybe
I
this
know.
Jamaica.
I like a Paloma.
I do
Great
too.
flavor.
All right,
All
Chris.
right.
Well, thank you.
Ladies,
Thank you
Appreciate-
so much.
You are
Thank
more than
you.
welcome
Thank
to
you so
steal
much.
a snack and the Fighter's Cookbook.
Yes.
Fighter's Kitchen.
Oh, the
Fighter's
Why do
Kitchen.
you say the cookbook?
The Fighter's Kitchen.
Well, it is a cookbook.
It is a cookbook.
And the name of the podcast with Dan?
Oh yeah.
Inside Boxing Live.
Inside.
Oh, it's some good stuff. It's a really good podcast.
Yes.
I know. Thank you, Chris. Okay. There's Bob Santos right there. He was Ring Magazine Trainer of the Year. He's Team Barrios.
It is now
Oh, look at
4:30.
Look at. I have my other twin in red leather, black leather pants right there, right behind it.
That makes me think of Benavidez. He likes to wear red and black. all the
Okay,
time.
I thought of Michael Jackson.
Banda Rojo.
Banda Rojas.
All right. So
That was.
I think that
I think it's
might want to wrap.
I think we might want to wrap. Do you want to try to get Bob Santos?
Yeah, we can probably get him. All right.
So
Let's sit close together.
reunited, and it feels so good.
You know, I've been teasing that we've got good stuff coming, and we do.
We do.
And we're excited, but we gotta wait. Maybe like 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
2 more weeks.
Yeah, we were so close. We wanted to just maybe have an announcement, and but we're not there just yet. We're there, but
We're there.
almost there. So Jeandra, this was so fun for
It
our very, very
was.
first time, our live stream. We had some great guests.
And we have to edit that.
No,
That's beautiful. Y'all just don't know. That's a lot of
That's
work.
a lot. I wish Jim Gray was here. It was so
I know.
fun.
Hopefully we'll get them tomorrow.
I know.
hopefully.
So, but Jesus, thank you for riding with us the whole time. Whoever else
I
is
know.
on, I
You're
don't.
so cool.
I know we will be back live tomorrow. So I moved my cam glam earlier, so she will be covering. Well, I should be covering. Hopefully I'll figure it out.
We're gonna be here
We're gonna be here.
in some combination.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna have to find like a different fit. But well, you're coming in like something cash, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I packed.
Because remember,
Casual-ish.
I mean, I'll probably still wear some kind of.
I think I'm
leather.
still gonna wear a blouse. some
Are
type
you
of
going to wear a
blouse.
top at least?
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear just the blouse. I'm gonna be Donald Ducking tomorrow. I'm coming with just the blouse like Donald Duck. Or who is he? Just wear just a shirt? Winnie the Pooh. I'm gonna be Winnie the Pooh in tomorrow in the media room. So stay tuned for that. OnlyFans.com. Just kidding. Just kidding. There is no OnlyFans. Okay. Just kidding.
Oh my God, you're so funny. All right, Jeandra. Well, I guess we're gonna officially sign off. I could really do it. God, I would really ask you Lampley, but he's still busy with Arash and Arash.
Yeah, they're
We'll
probably
talk to him
doing
for a
something
very
in
long
depth.
time. But I think this is great, and I'm going to do this as well.
It's fly. Reminds me of those fancy jackets. We were looking at that one store in the lobby that time. We were like, "Oh, that's a nice jacket for Dimitri," and then it was like,
yeah, he was like,
it was like $4,000.
Yeah, he was like, Cynthia, that's like such Euro trash. I got Brooklyn doing that.
He's so
from
sweet.
his car seat. I was gonna ask if we asked Flo about Jim Lampley, but he would have been in here right now.
Yeah,
he ain't coming.
He's
He
not
ain't
coming.
coming.
But we will be coming back.
No,
to
not Jim Lampley. What's his name? Jim Gray.
Jim Gray, and also Jimmy Lennon Jr.
That's it, Jimmy Lennon Jr. too. Okay. Well, then I guess this is it. It's official. We are putting our first live stream episode in the can. Ding!
Yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We are small but mighty, and look at us. We are here finally. We used to just be doing it in the middle of nowhere, but now we're doing it live with our whole glam, and everyone is really excited, and they're very proud of us. Even, I'm telling you, we're going to be an affiliate of Showtime pay-per-view, and we're going to be hosting their stuff. It's going to happen.
And Kelly's going to be doing our PR.
Absolutely. We put it in the universe.
Yes.
All right, guys. I'm Cynthia Conte.
And I'm Jeandra LeBeau.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition. Actually, not another edition. Our first edition of Best Women's Boxing Show, period, live stream on the road for Canelo versus Charlo. Undisputed goes down this Saturday, September 30th, T-Mobile Arena, and also on Showtime pay-per-view, Fight, and ppv.com. It's $84.95.
Yes.
There you go.
Everywhere.
And so we'll be putting up clips. I did record on my phone for our socials, but if you want to go back, we'll put in the description of who we interviewed by maybe timestamp. I'm not exactly sure, but hey, it was fun. And we interviewed people that a lot of people never interviewed. So for Kelly Swanson, for the people that got to watch her interview, that was a treat.
Yes, it
she
was.
does not talk to people.
Yes, it was. And if you're following me on Twitter and there's a typo in my tweet, my bad. I was trying to type very quickly. My bad if there's typos in it, but we were just trying to post it. But we appreciate everybody who has been rocking with us.
I know. Thank you, guys. All right. Again, we'll see you guys tomorrow live from Fight Week here in Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I love it. Okay, my thing. All right, guys. See you guys at Fight. Bye, guys.